Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in Revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches. Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in Revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches. Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in Revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches. Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in a revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis von Hrinth, who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches. Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in a revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis von Hrinth, who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches.
And we're live.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
There it is.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome. We have an extra face today. This is Season 4, Episode 8 of Quest the Soaring City. It is entitled Starfall, which may be my favorite title thus far. And today we are joined by someone special. Someone who may have had a hand in making this possible. You want to introduce yourself, TC?
Hey, how's it going? My name's TC. I created Quest, this game that all of these wonderful people have been so gracious to play and demonstrated a great way to play it. I've had a lot of fun watching and listening. Thank you for having me today.
We are so
you for
happy to
coming.
have you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Love you so much for this game, TC.
Yes.
Seriously.
This is gonna be fine.
Totally fine.
Probably.
Yeah, no,
So-
Arvis is helping us. We're great.
Yeah. Arvis
I
is
will
helping
warn you, I'm not sure if I know how to play my own game, so it's going to be a learning experience for me. I'm very excited for
actually,
y'all to teach
probably-
me how this works.
By the way,
We can do
don't mind
that.
chat. I think they came up with something. They're saying Mr. Quest. I don't know what that
Mr. Quest,
means.
yeah,
It
that's-
was-
I don't know where that
I don't
came
understand what that means, honestly. But
they're
Yeah.
really
Don't worry about
creative. Our chat is
Don't know where that came from. So, tonight, gonna be great.
Tonight. Last week, we left off on a bit of a moment. The city of Valerith, the Soaring City, quintessential, has been banished into the realm of shattered light, dropped to the ground, invaded by hungering creatures of darkness, and then moreover than that, this Baron Culvrax, has taken your beloved friends from the city somewhere. Made them disappear right before your eyes, including your baker friend, Mr. Batinga. You should feel bad. He did this in response to you forging a weapon, the Sword of Valerith, or according to the story, in what is now called the Sword of Valerith, which can supposedly cut anything. And that's important because Ro, our naturalist, Ro Starfall, has had their soul tethered to the Baron. So as long as Ro lives, the Baron cannot die. That's a capital C on that cannot.
This is fine.
allegedly.
we never tried, honestly. We just
Yeah.
going
I
off
mean,
of
honestly.
myths and legends.
Like,
Why do we believe everyone that tells us things?
Oh,
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm
You
Arvis
raise
is
a
in this
valid
game. Why do you
point.
believe anyone?
well, the moon also told us.
yeah, that's
so
true. I
we
believe
trust
I
the
always
moon.
listen to the moon.
Arvis is the
But the
moon.
moon might be Arvis. Yeah, that's what.
No.
Okay, all right.
Nat
all right,
would not
so,
do that. The moon is an absolute good.
Megan.
I don't know. I don't trust myself not to do that, and I trust Nat less than me.
All right, so that's reasonable. You had just forged this sword, which has been girded by the souls determined of 3 of your friends. An old combat mate, trainee mate of Ferris's girlfriend Alika, and also the head counselor to the city, and Professor Madlamar, the dean of charms for Grundeville Public College.
Everyone's favorite.
Love him. You are in this professor's office. You have the sword. Ferris has the sword, to be specific. And you are currently alone.
I think Paris just starts walking towards the door.
Excellent.
I believe last episode finished with Zake screaming at full breath, oi, fuck with, we're ready.
That sounds
I
about
believe
right.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds. Yeah.
Sounds like a Zake thing to do.
Yeah. It's, yeah. I'm just gonna follow Ferris then. Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
As our heroes of Starfall Spire stride forth, leaving the campus of Grundeville Public. Actually, no. When they get out onto the quad of Grundeville Public College, is I think, when there's a bit of a pulse of energy in a row, the soul tether that goes off of your left foot flourishes to visibility, silvery blue, and snakes forward. And you know that your father, Rolst, has been called forth.
Uh-oh. I think the Baron called Rolst back. Which means he's gonna have to try to fight us.
Cool. So we kill him first, and then we make our way to the Baron.
I guess. Maybe then I can bring him back and he can help us? Because if I'm the one who brings him, he said he didn't have to try to attack. At least
That's
for a
good
little.
to know.
It would be useful.
That'd be good.
Also, as far as I'm aware, if the Baron is calling reinforcements, it means that we might have something here. It means he's scared, or at least cautious.
A wind that smells of blood blows a fog across the city.
Well, that's disconcerting.
As I was saying, cautious.
We probably don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't think he's killed our friends, but give him too much time.
Yeah, this Rolls thing is probably just to slow us down. So let's deal with it quickly and go.
As you walk across the center stone, the teleportation circle, still ruined by Ferris's last light. Out in the fog, a whistling sound as a sword encrusted with runes down its edge strikes down into the middle of the teleportation circle, glows with red hot energy, and a moment later explodes.
Keeps.
Could I have all of you roll the die? Except
Cool.
TC. Here soon.
But what if TC really wants to?
I mean,
You can if you
roll
want
a die. I'm not his mom. He can roll a die if he wants.
15.
15. Oh, we are the same person.
5.
You know.
Sorry about that.
Oh god, how...
2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. 20.
Okay. So,
Robert.
No big.
So, Lena, Ferris, and the Doctor all managed to rebuff this blast of fiery energy. Zake and Ro each take 3 points of damage. Nothing too severe. But in that blast appears Liddell and Rolst. She, with her gray skin, dead, angry eyes, and orange hair, armor and sword encrusted with runes, and Rolst, gray skeletal knight with a scythe, a different scythe, because Falwyn took his old scythe. Now
Question.
we're in proper combat. You are the protagonists. You get to go first.
I'm remembering from the first time that we fought Liddell. She had like a fancy chest plate thing that like absorbed damage. Like, is that still a thing that exists? Like,
Yep,
is she
still there.
rocking?
Now that you bring it up, you would remember that her breastplate absorbed the first 3 physical attacks she took.
Okay.
All right, well, 3 people attack her physically before I go. I'm gonna step back.
I'm
I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna reload my gun.
Arvis is gonna, as she like leaps out of the way, darts back forwards towards them, and is gonna thunderous word both of them to stop them from using special attacks, special abilities.
Sure. They both get blasted back and take 5 damage. It's like 2 damage.
It's 2 damage, yeah.
Okay, so that's 1.
Oh,
Does
that's
that
magic.
not count
that's not
towards?
physical.
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
magic.
count.
I just wanted to stop them from using abilities. That's all.
Yeah, sir.
They both get blasted back. Rolst's mask is trained on Ro. Up from Ro, we pan to the Doctor. What does the Doctor do?
Nobody liked.
He sucks.
So, Doctor's just gonna dart forward and just gonna uppercut Liddell and send her flying 15 feet into the air.
I think it's meters.
Or meters, sorry.
A little different. How much damage does that do?
6.
All right, it does none because that is physical.
What?
Telekinetically punching someone? Come on, you're like,
Oh, but it's, the magic is around it.
Okay, fine, it does damage. You blast her 15 meters into the air. She goes up and comes back down, landing. Zeke.
Damn. Yeah, Zeke remembers that the scary lady isn't the best one to hit physically, so she's gonna just look back at Lena and just go on him, ? And just run straight at Rolst. And I'm just gonna wild attack, taking advantage of the distraction that the thunderous words from Faris created and the impact, and just gonna leap sword in hand, still fiery Avenger from last session, just try and stab him good. For it's an 11. I believe it is double damage. No. Yeah, double damage. Just that. So 6 damage.
On an 11?
Mm-hmm. Unless you also adjusted it. In that case, it's double
the
damage, but
tables
they
get adjusted
counterattack.
too. But they count.
Then-
There we go. That was what we were looking for.
Counterattack. Yeah.
All right, so you strike her for strike Rolst for 6 because you went after him, and he's going to swing his scythe, and you hear a nice under his voice as he's going to strike you for 3 damage across the breast. Unless Lena wants to intercept, then he strikes Lena for 3 damage across the breast.
Please no. You're muted.
Oh
Megan.
no, Lena's muted.
You're nude.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I do want to sneak attack after he attacks.
Okay.
Zeke.
Okay, so
I want to use
Sure.
that opening to sneak attack.
Make me attack.
You know what? I will. I will do that. Can I make that a wild attack? Am I allowed to do that?
I think that's be a normal attack.
Okay, no worries. That's fine. I will make a regular attack. No, I don't. That was a 1. I don't do a damn thing.
Well,
I get things done to me.
counterattack. So he is going to not only do you give a catastrophe, but he gets to take the butt end of his scythe, and which is pointed.
But I am going to intercept that net.
All right, so he goes to, and
I
Zake's
showed
just like,
so
no
much
me.
restraint. I showed so much restraint in not intercepting you, and then you go and do it like,
Lena,
like this.
I take the physical attacks. You take the magical ones. It's as easy as that.
Like when
Zake,
the couple bickering crosses over.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
we've been playing a couple for too long.
Zake,
Oh, no.
this spear butt end of the scythe digs into you, and then you see it twist a little bit. This is the catastrophe part. As you feel yourself crumple, and it goes through the life link into Lena, and she takes 3 as well.
Okay.
I gotta make that bite back a little bit.
Hope you
That makes sense.
So none of it matters.
All right. I believe Ro and Lena get to act left.
Yeah. So I'm gonna shoot him with a gun. Cause now I'm angry.
Make me an attack roll.
I think there's like a moment where I like kind of like look over at Ro with like a look that's like real sorry what I'm about to do, but kaboom. Not sorry enough to not do it, but I feel like a little bad about it. This will be a wild, and
That's
this is
their
going to
father.
be a wild attack.
And Dick Mom.
It's like it's
sucks.
it was their father.
Oh.
Just please don't roll a 1 now, because you're wild attacking. Megan.
No, I didn't. It was a 1. Like as it rolled, and then it hit the edge and rolled back. So actually, it's a 19.
Oh my god.
That's a triumph. So, quadruple damage?
Quadruple damage. So that is 24 damage.
Take that, Dad.
Take that, Dad. Yep, 24 damage.
So what?
No
where,
big.
where do you shoot this armored ghostly skeletal knight?
It, like, I just feel mean. Are they wearing like a helmet?
Yeah, big skull mask with horns. Right in the eye. So the guys on rolls normally glow
Really
red.
good aim.
That one doesn't glow red anymore. At least not in the same way. You can do this. You can beat us. You can beat him. Bro, what do you do?
Leave my pack alone! Go away! And I'm gonna twist my hands and I'm gonna zap lightning at Liddell because I hate her. Also, she's scary.
Alright, that's shock, right?
Yeah, so it's gonna be just hits. I don't think I roll for that.
That is correct.
It does 8. I don't know if she's wearing armor. I forget if it.
She
if it
is,
does
so
do
she takes
extra.
10 as the lightning melts her armor a little bit and makes it hurt.
Or it just sticks their tongue out at her. Like, nah!
Zapped lightning. Liddell bares her teeth. It's their turn now. Jashes forward, flips the sword around. They can't use special abilities, but Liddell just has extra attack and does 5 damage. So, but as she's dashing over at Ro, a slight bead of light appears. And TC, what? I think there's a certain teleport. Someone appears. Can you describe what that looks like to me?
Yeah, you see just this kind of like shockwave emanate out from the space, and kind of this narrow figure in a black jumpsuit with this flowing purple cape appears, who's kind of just like smoldering all over and dusty. And you can see it's a man with this kind of like gaunt face and jet black hair, but with some white streaks through it. And he's just kind of like dusting himself off and takes a big sigh and looks around, tosses this a couple of rocks off of their body, and just kind of like looks around at all of you and at the scene. And I don't know, you get the vibe of kind of like someone who is at a party who doesn't really want to be there, but they're kind of like they have somewhere else to be, or they're kind of like, they're there because they were obligated. And he just looks at the group of you and says, are you here? Are you the Arvis people? You're here because I'm here. I'm here for Arvis sent me.
Yeah, that's us.
Yep,
Kind of busy though.
us.
Yeah. And at this point, TC, you could take an action before Liddell strikes Ro. If there's anything you'd like to do about that.
Oh yeah, there's a fight happening here. That's a good point. Yeah, okay. So yeah, what do I see happening right here?
So you see a gray-skinned woman with a sword encrusted with runes down the back. And she's diving at Ro with the intention to stab her real good. Twice.
Okay. Yeah, I just kind of like look at this and I'm like, and you see this person just give out a big sigh. And then just kind of like half-heartedly, they clap their hands and try to blow whoever this is away using clap
What does that
to
do?
prevent them from attacking. You clap your hands, creating a thunderous wave of force in the direction you're facing. The wave hits up to 3 nearby creatures.
All right, yeah, and you knock her to the ground and to the side and deal 2 damage.
Yeah, and then I wave and go, hi.
Hello. Thank you.
I'd like it to be known that Faris is currently glaring at Lena and Zake.
I forget, did they let us know Arvis had someone coming, or did we not get a chance to actually talk about it?
Don't think we did.
No,
no.
I don't
did
think
not.
we did.
No.
No, I
Yay.
think it was like a, hey, we talked to Arvis and he's gonna help us.
Yeah, but
Excellent.
didn't say
Generic
how.
Generic.
Arvis did say he was going to send an agent.
Well, to them,
Oh, like,
but I
to
don't
us.
think they
Lena and
relate.
Zeke
Oh,
are
yeah, yeah.
aware
Yeah,
that
yeah.
somebody was coming.
I don't
think
think
we
that was passed on.
Yeah,
I think
I
Lena
assume
just
that's why
kind of
only,
is just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, only Lena and Zeg said, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
us.
Skeletal Night Dad spins his scythe a couple times. Sorry, not you, Fallen. The other Skeletal Night Dad spins his scythe a couple times, and that slides his hand down to the butt of the piece and just swings out at maximum range. And purple energy rolls off the edges, and he's going to strike all of you.
well, damn. Yeah, like,
Too bad.
are you mad because I shot you real good? Like, that's seems childish.
Yeah, I'm just assuming this is not magic.
Everybody gets hit for 3 damage, except Lena, who gets a counterattack.
Yes,
As the scythe
I will do that.
rails through the entire crowd, this purple energy rolling off it.
Ow.
Let me remember how.
That just comes off my force field.
Yeah, yeah. You and your cool force field, Ferris.
That's a 6.
So that's a mixed success. So I think you can hit him, but you'll then draw the ire of Liddell because she goes next, or you can only do 1 damage instead of 2.
I mean, I know what answer is cooler, and that's the first one, so that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
Because that's fun.
Yeah, as the wave strikes, Zeg's wounds kind of dilate a little bit, and soon enough, their entire body just turns to stars. I'm activating
Already?
Wraith. Yep.
All right.
Was 3 plus 4 plus 3.
Oh,
2
man.
plus 2 plus 2
It's
plus
good
1.
time.
No, 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Megan.
Yes. Yeah.
Liddell is going
Zeg
to
wins.
scrabble up and stab you twice. She's going to try.
I'm just gonna intercept one of those, because I don't take damage in Wraith. So let's do one.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't like the way
All
you
right.
said that.
So
Yeah, I don't like this.
Oh no! Oh
Right.
no!
that's
Zeke's
funny.
Wraith body, and as it does, the runes glow softly as it strikes into Zeke's Wraith flesh. And because you take double damage from magic, yeah, that's 10 points of damage.
How is this magic?
Zeg, you stupid.
If it's magic, I'm just gonna.
God.
Fine. Okay.
Why have you done this?
It's a magic
Yeah,
sword.
that's what I'm
It's a
checking.
magic sword.
Oh yeah, what does
Fair
Wraith say? If Wraith says spells, this ain't a spell, but it is magic.
No, I'm pretty sure it says magic.
That was not why.
Yeah, magic hits. Magic hits.
Magic.
All right. Well, let's see how that
Oops.
works. Not doing that
Don't
again.
die. Don't die. Don't die.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
try
God.
not to die.
Oh my god.
15. That's good.
All right.
Like, you
Seems
will
good.
just like, do not.
And
That's the
in your
scariest
distraction, Lena, as you are worried about Zeke literally dying, she brings the sword back around and slices it across your neck for 10 damage on a triumph.
Well, I'm happy I intercepted now.
Hi. Coming to you live from -3 hit points. It's Lena.
Jesus.
You're still in the fight.
Hell yeah, I am. Takes more than that to kill me. I'm
the other is,
immortal.
as we go into the second round of combat now with some aid, you're able to tell that they are flagging. Both of them are.
Well, Faris, seeing Lena and Zeke go down, just darts around them and is going to last light Liddell. Full blast.
Yes.
Yeah. So give me a description.
Oh, do I kill?
Yeah.
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 So yeah, she would see Faris dart out from like behind Lena and Zake, her cape like swooshing awesomely in the wind as she just sticks one arm forwards and like it sort of starts to charge up from her eyes all the way down her tattoos into her arm, and it's just like a fucking cannon of light blasts straight through Liddell.
He starts to disintegrate from within, and you see the light on her breastplate, that rune that warps her away when she's going to die. But you've actually overkilled her by so much that even before it even finishes casting, she's just dust, and then it warps the dust away. Whoop.
A what?
I don't.
TC,
Sometimes.
why don't you go next?
Okay, this person whose name you still don't know raises their eyebrow. It clearly looks like they're thinking, okay, something serious is happening here, and cracks their knuckles. And who's left? The
Skeletal Knight.
thing. Okay. I'm going to try something, which is to cast. And what is the Skeleton Knight doing?
It had just finished a big like spinning sweep, so it's kind of spinning down.
Okay,
And there's
and it
small
looks
dust cloud.
it looks like it's in trouble, like it's hurting.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
lagging.
I'm going to cast Portal underneath it and have it link to a portal that I've just kind of set up in the rift in outer space.
And he just is spinning, and then he falls, and his arms clunk on the edges, and then the void, literally the void, holds him, and he falls to his fingertips on the edge of it. Good luck. It's pulled through.
I snap my fingers and close the portal.
Where do you go?
Oh, don't worry about it. He won't be back.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's gonna quickly focus and rein in the starlight and coalesce again, deactivating Wraith, because I assume the doctor's gonna heal them.
Yep.
I'll pay for it if you want
Yes,
to heal me
please,
instead
heal
of Zeke.
Lena.
Oh yeah, heal me. Yeah.
So
How
Megan,
many
how
is it?
does so Megan, how does Lena feel about cool neck scars?
I mean, it's me and I love scars, so obviously Lena also.
Okay,
Like,
so there's a cool neck scar left.
can it be like across like the like shoulder to neck? Like so. It's just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
really
totally,
thin, yeah.
totally.
Okay, cool. I'm so cool.
So it's this mildly disinterested guy is still standing in front of you. You have no idea what his name is, but you know who sent him.
So is this why you went to talk to Arvis? Lena, Zeke?
Partially, this and the sword,
mean,
of course.
This is just kind of like a bonus.
Yeah.
Hello, you have good timing. Who
Hi.
are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm Felix, and Felix takes a bow in front of all of you.
Oh,
Hi.
How are you doing? What's you want to get me up to speed here? What just happened?
Sure. So there's this evil Lich Baron that's connected to our friend over here. Points at the literal teenager. And we have an artifact that's supposed to sever the connection, but we need to be closer to this Baron. And then once we sever it, we need to kill the Lich. Does that sound doable to you?
Yeah, actually, can you give me 1 second? And Felix turns around and walks, like, puts something up to it, takes a sky collar amulet out of his jumpsuit and takes a call briefly. So it's kind of like, yeah, sure. Yep. Okay. And it hangs up and turns and says, okay, cool. Keep going.
Well,
Don't worry about it. No big deal.
I'm gonna opt to ignore this for the current moment. So get close, sever connection, kill ugly skeleton lich guy, and then hurrah! Thank you very much.
Party.
Say Arvis, tell Arvis we say thanks, and done.
Great.
You can leave me out of the thanks, but appreciate the help from you.
Yeah, no problem. I did technically owe Arvis one. So, do you need anything else?
Who doesn't?
Can I help you more?
And then it's.
What exactly do
What
you do?
can you do?
Yeah, I'm.
What can I do, or what are you? Sorry, what are you asking me?
Do you do what is
I mean,
your?
he's clearly
You
useful
did
in
a
combat.
bunch of cool magic-y things. What else?
Oh, this. I mean, I try not to tell strangers my full set of capabilities, but this definitely seems like pausing the Cosmic Rebellion for and coming to help you all out. So I'm happy to be here. Don't worry about it. That's probably not something you all need to know about. Anyway, I'm happy to help. Arvis, told me you all needed me, and let's, I don't know if we're having fun yet, but I'm here to have fun with you or assist you however you need.
You are very confusing, but thank you, I think.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, let's have fun. Let's go kill this lich.
I just have one question, and it's going to be quick.
Sure. What's your name, by the way?
Oh, sorry. My name's Zeg Sarkar, and this
Nice to meet
is
you.
my family. It would be Lena, Ro,
Hi.
following the Nor, and Faris, the vanguard of the
Pleasure.
city.
Pleasure to
Vanguard of
meet you
the
all.
Dawn.
Oh, sounds very impressive.
Thanks, it's a new title.
And my question was, do I want to ask you how you're connected to Arvis, or should I just ignore this? Maybe it's better. I don't know.
As far as you all are concerned, you can just assume Arvis is my boss, which he likes to think. But anyway, yeah, we're all good. I'm happy to help you. I will do whatever you ask, basically, and then be on my way when you don't need me anymore.
Oh,
This seems
okay.
far too good to be true for
I-
Arvis.
Yeah, I'm very.
I think leans over to Zay to be like, did we promise Arvis something really big that I've forgotten about?
Zeg just turns to Felix. Just 1 second. And then whispers to Lena. I don't think so. Maybe this is really dangerous, and Arvis is genuinely concerned. So he sent I don't.
That doesn't.
Yeah,
seem
maybe.
right.
It doesn't seem right.
We should just go with it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Rose just like, I like your cape while they're whispering.
Oh, thank you very much. And Felix walks over and lets Ro touch it.
Ooh, cool. It's so soft.
All right, Felix. Welcome aboard.
welcome.
Thank you. Felix gives you a little salute that you don't recognize. It seems very, very foreign.
They expertly mimics it, just seeing it one time.
It's a grave offense.
Yeah, what if it's just an insult?
And now you have to duel to the death.
Oh, ooh, my apologies.
Well, I don't
Right.
know if we have time to dilly-dally.
No.
We've all met. Nice to meet you, Felix. Got a lich.
Pleasure to meet you.
Right.
Oh, a lich. Those are always fun. Yes, sure.
Oh, you have experience.
I've met one or two. Mostly at dinner parties, nothing adversarial.
How do they eat? Are they all like bones, like the Baron is? Like when they eat, does food just fall right out?
Yeah, it's kind of like a, performative thing, but they're, good conversation. They tend to have plenty of years of experience and lots of stories to tell.
He did talk
But
a
obviously,
lot.
sometimes they can be a hassle to entire realms. So I'm happy to help you.
Yeah,
Purge
that's going
this
on
one.
right now. So
The entire city begins to rumble. And,
Okay.
you feel the energy return to the city as it shakes and levels back off and begins to float back into the air.
I didn't do that.
Okay.
Well,
We
choice for him.
should probably get a wiggle on.
Yeah.
Giving him
Yeah,
just
before
more
we go,
time
does
to
anyone
prepare.
else need to be healed before we go fight him?
Oh, I don't feel too great. But he doesn't want me to die, so maybe it doesn't matter.
That doesn't mean that other things won't try and hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still need.
Oh, okay.
How hurt is Ro?
I'm at 2 hit points.
Ooh, yikes.
Really?
Okay, yeah. Doctor will come over. A heal.
Thank you.
If you
Do
have
you
the
need
AP to
any AP?
spend, we can 1-1 it.
Sure. Thank
Doctor
you.
likes Ro more than Zeke and Lena.
Now listen, I know that these people, they've got
Hey,
They've got the AP
one
to
of them
spare.
just has a gun, the other one is just charming.
So, as you start to mosey towards Crown Tower in the center of Valerith, the city starts to do something quite odd. It begins to spin like a top. And it's first gently and then starts to pick up speed, the fog getting pushed out by this rotating force of the wind kicked up by the buildings. And at first this just makes your walk a little odd, but soon it starts to pick up speed enough that you're actually having trouble. You start to slide backwards, having trouble making your way towards the center of the city.
Ro partially shifts so they have little wolf feet and their claws dig into the ground while we walk.
Mm.
That's too cute.
Is the city a giant turtle? Just wondering.
all the way down.
I can see if I can stop it. I don't know if it'll work.
Wish I could fly.
Oh,
Ro's gonna try.
Technically, we can all fly
Right.
by just, turn Ferris into not a Gundam.
Don't take her power. Ro, as you are preparing to try to dig into the magic of the city and wrest control, the building directly opposite all of you just gives up the ghost and just flies at suddenly quite high speeds at you all.
Ah!
I don't like this.
I don't like this either. Is it?
Can we
can
try
jump
and
out of the way?
dodge the
Can we
building?
jump out of
Yeah,
the way?
yeah. I'm looking for you to respond. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it in just a bunch of pieces, or is it one big
Tons
piece?
of big chunks of debris, like the size of your head. If one of them hit your head, it would probably be uncomfortable.
That sounds about right.
Well, let's hope that nobody gets to experience that firsthand.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything too helpful in terms of like stopping it. So.
Just looking.
All my
just-
magic is illusion. It makes no sense to use any of it here. So by all means, anyone else, please.
Is there a door
I mean-
nearby us?
There are doors nearby. I mean, not like by the game term nearby, there are doors nearby. Yes.
Such that we could get to it before this, whatever this is, hits us?
You could roll to try to get to it before it hits you. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do that. That is a 12.
All right. So that's
What is that?
You're good. You
Okay.
dive and get to the door. What you doing?
I want to use Dark Door and knock on the door, making it a temporary portal to a specific shadow plane. So just kind of like my personal bunker.
Love
And I
it.
open the door and invite everyone inside very quickly.
All right. So
Is Felix a
Felix
doomsday
has-
prepper?
Totally.
this is a
It's just full of cans of food.
Felix is a doomsday already happeneder. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Beans and bottled water.
So Felix is open as the door open, sliding in. Everyone else can try to get there. That would be a die roll.
I'll
Ooh,
spend
boy.
an AP to make it sure that I get there by blinking there.
Yeah, you blink would be
Nice.
something that just bloop works.
I don't think I make it there.
Lena, please.
11 for me.
Lena?
Or
4. Zeke?
7.
Oh my!
Bro.
we'll die
14.
together.
All right.
We do everything together.
All right. So, Lena and Zake have mixed successes. Not Lena. Ferris and Zake have mixed successes. So,
just fails.
I'm going to give both of you the chance. Either one of you, first one who volunteers, can help the other one get there, but you won't make it.
Oh, are we gonna have a savior off?
I think Zake sees Lena is lagging behind, just shoves Faris and goes and tries and help Lena. I think that makes sense.
Okay, sure.
Ferris getting out
Savior
self-sacrificed.
off.
What is this?
Savior
Yeah, what is
off.
this? You're not letting Faris
Alright.
be a self-sacrificing bitch. How dare you?
You've done that enough.
All right, so
You've reached your
uh,
quota.
push Ferris to get there. Ro gets there. Lena and Zake get left behind as this wall of debris comes at you. You have the shortest of moments. Do you try anything small or say anything to each other?
How small is small?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I was thinking maybe I throw my shadow cutter on the ground and try to dive into a hole so that the
Oh, you
debris
could try
goes
that.
over us.
You could try that.
I would like to try to do that. I'm gonna need
So
a
I
new
think
friggin' die. This die hates
that
me.
costs AP. So I think you just chuck
Yes.
it down and whoop, and the two of
Okay.
you drop, holding each other as this building just
Yeah.
and you chunks of rubble fill in to follow you as you drop down onto swirling water as this you fall down into a water system for the city, and the city is spinning, so all the water is being pushed and swirled against the far wall.
This seems worse.
At least you're not dead.
This seems worse. So
So we're gonna check in the two of you in a moment. The rest of you have made it into Felix's shadow bunker. Felix, what does that look like?
It I guess looks like the bunker from what is it? 10 Cloverfield Lane or something.
Yeah.
There's some there's lots of it's like a weird rectangle in there with some light and noise coming from it that you don't understand what that is. A bunch of barrels of food and water and things, some clothes that I've left around. It kind of looks like my bachelor pad, honestly. Like it seems like I'm here quite often. But I'm kind of holding the door open because dark door, I'm not allowed to close it. So I'm kind of like holding the door open, trying to get everyone to say like, hey, just don't worry about the mess in here. You don't need to look at any of this stuff.
Is that a beer keg?
You know what beer kegs are. Cool. Yes, it is. Help yourself.
This is neat.
But you can see through the door. You can see parts of the
Correct.
city
Yeah.
flying past off the city. You see another
Yeah.
building crumble, and you see Lena and Zake dodge out with the shadow cutter. Actually, no, I think you just lose sight of them in the roiling rubble. That's
Yeah,
more-
I imagine Faris is probably
Oh.
the last in. Oh, hello, Raiders.
Thank
Two
you.
sets of
Hello.
Raiders. Hi.
So
Hello,
Hey,
two
hi.
sets of raiders.
Hello.
welcome.
Hi,
You're
Susan
playing
Hi,
Fly
Black
Black
everything
Cats.
is fine.
Things are fine.
Nothing is wrong. Everything is fine.
We're playing Quest Big Showdown. TC Creative Quest's character is from space, I think. Not entirely sure.
That's gross.
Unclear.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, I think since Faris was probably the last one through the door, since she wasn't going to make it before
Yep.
Zake pushed her through, I think she instinctively turns around to try and reach out for Zake and Lena, and then just sees the debris like cloud her vision and can't tell what happened
Next.
to them.
Next time there's a clearing, they're just gone.
Do we see a shadow cutter hole in the floor? Or is it gone?
Lena, do you intend to pick up the shadow cutter shortly after dropping it? Considering
Well, I
debris
mean,
is coming through the hole.
Well, if I pick it up, then the hole no longer exists.
Exactly, but you could make a new hole.
But like we're in it.
Oh, sorry. To be clear, you went through the hole into a room below.
Oh, yeah, then I would grab it as we fell
Yeah,
through.
That's why it's full of water. You cut into the sewer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
Then I would have grabbed it like as we fell through.
Yeah.
I
Then
would've
yeah,
grabbed
as
it.
you look back, Ferris, it's like the quintessential bus passes, and when it passes, they're just gone.
Yeah.
Except it's instead of bus, it's sideways falling building debris of your home city that you're supposed to protect.
Yeah, I think
Just
Faris
gonna
is just
check
kind
it
of
on.
staring in shock, not moving. But probably notices there's no smeared corpses on the ground.
Always a good
Also, the
sign.
idea that they may have gotten shunted all the way off the city and are now stranded in the realm of shattered light
Yeah.
crosses your mind.
Yep.
Wow. Thanks, Nap.
Ideal.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that. Yeah. It's okay. Ro didn't think of that yet, so it's fine.
Yet.
They're just gone.
Where'd they go?
I don't know. I didn't see.
They're both
Is it-
resourceful. One of them might have something.
Is it still spinning out there?
Oh dear. Were those
Oh.
people important to you all?
Yes.
Very.
Yes.
Okay, so we should help them.
Yeah, in fact, there's a
Yes.
reason that you're here.
Apparently.
Got it. Okay. Well, I don't know this place, so maybe you can all help me help you.
I don't know how. I don't know where they went. They can't teleport, right?
Well, they did make a scroll of my gate. Maybe they use that.
Would Lena have had time to use her shadow cutter?
I think we're gonna pop over to Lean and Zeke now. Wet. I was gonna tell you, this is sewers, but this is a clean water channel.
Ah,
To be
good.
clear.
That makes it
Just like-
better. Yeah.
Wringing
Oh.
out cape.
Yeah, all the water is against one wall, as it's like gravity isn't applying to it correctly, as it just.
Convenient for us. And
Thank you. That was smart thinking.
yeah, though I'm not quite sure where we are.
Some waterway for the likes of it. I still feel the spinning. But hey, can you get the layout of this place? Maybe we could just go to Crown Tower through here.
Yeah. Good call. And I'm going to reach into my pack and pull out my blueprint, and I'm gonna try to find. And I'm gonna push it against one
Yeah.
of the walls to get the layout of the sewers.
Why are you all so good at this game? As you push the.
I would
blueprint-
not have thought of that.
It's like very good about in this scenario though. You
Mark
slam
that
it against
AP.
the walls and you map this section. And the fun fact about the catacombs and undercroft of Valerith is that they're non-Euclidean. The space does not conform to the constraints of the exterior of it.
Cool.
It's always been a fact.
What?
Dark magic, come on. So as it starts to splay out, parts of the map from the blueprint actually spring off the page and wrap upwards, literally into the air. And there's this wrap around it, and it makes this three-dimensional shape. And you see this large structure in the center of it. A big, empty, circular room with something in the center of it. And it's marked the throne.
We should probably
You
be
also
trying to
spy
get...
like a way up. You know, there's like an access ladder, like, you know, a room down.
Yeah.
I know we should probably be trying to get back to everyone, but this... I want to know what it is.
we don't have a way to contact them.
I mean, like, if I have a way to contact Arvis, and then Arvis has a way to contact Felix, then
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna, like,
Well.
grab my earring real quick and be like, hey, are you there?
What?
Some things kind of broke bad and we got separated. Is there any way that you can just tell your associate that we are fine and we will meet up with them as soon as we can? Thanks for sending him along, by the way.
Oh,
I'll
tell
get
them
the message along when I can. I'm a little busy at the moment. The city is spinning like a top.
Yep. Yeah, we're on it. We're aware. We're aware of how the city is spinning. Yep. Well, we're in it, I guess, more than on it.
All right,
Like-
so
I'm just gonna be like, we did our part, so maybe. Also, he like knew that the city was spinning. Do you think he's here? Like, he's probably watching, but like, do you think he's here?
As I said, I think this might be bigger than we thought. I think Arvis might be generally scared / concerned about what
Yeah,
might
like normally he's
transpire
very
here.
disinterested, but this seems bigger, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Well, I assume the big place that says the throne is probably where the Baron might be / might be keeping something of import. So perhaps we can check that out. And if it's in the middle of the city, wait, Nat, it's in the middle of the city, right? It looks like it's in the middle.
it's in the heart of the city, yeah.
you can
If I know
converge.
physics, then it might not
Do you?
spin as fast. I know a few things, okay? Like intuitive things.
Okay, okay. Yeah, let's just head that way. And then
All right.
hopefully Arvis will relay the message. Like, he seemed a little like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it, but I have a feeling that he's just gonna do it. He's just trying to seem like really tough, but
I hope you're right. Otherwise, they might be looking for us, which is a waste of time. Anyway, let's try and hurry.
all right,
So
we do that.
two of you start heading towards the center, trawling this very confusing map. Back bunker side, Felix, you get a
Bunker side.
contact.
Uh-huh. So I'm just kind of like leaning against the door while
Yep.
there's all this crazy shit happening outside. Sorry, am I allowed to say shit on this
Mhm.
podcast?
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like munching on a granola bar and my sky collar amulet rings, and I'm like, hello? Uh-huh. I'm just kind of chewing on the granola. Oh, okay. And then I turn to the group and say, oh yeah, what's Lena? They're in a sewer or something, apparently. Arvis just called. Do you guys know anything
Okay.
about sewers here?
I kind of do a little bit. That's how I found the catacombs.
Okay. Well, that's where they
I
are.
do not elaborate.
And we're so used
Okay.
to it, we don't even either.
End of thought.
Yeah.
I think then maybe if we can get inside, I don't know, maybe I can help take us
You can-
back, because maybe they're going that way too.
At least we won't be hit by falling debris. I was going to suggest we could teleport back to Starfall Spire, but teleporting into a broken tower doesn't seem like a great idea right now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, if we could find a way down there. Best.
Blast a hole in the ground.
That's the hole in the ground.
Bro's just gonna pop their head out and look for like a manhole cover.
There is a street access, but it's like up the street about maybe 60 feet. So you have to fight the debris, and it's also hard to move in that direction because the force.
Does This is where
Like as soon as you
Gareth's
like,
just
so
a
like,
blasting hole in the ground.
Yeah, reasonable.
yeah, once you step across the threshold that Felix is resting against, you just get hit by like this shift in the momentum outwards. That's quite jarring.
Okay. I'm gonna cast message, and just telepathically talk to Lena,
Ooh.
and say, "Hey." All Felix is like closing his eyes.
Lena just kind of stops moving, just like, yes.
Yeah, Arvis called, said you guys are in a sewer or something.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
yeah,
Well, we're still in my my place, and I guess we should meet up. Do you know any good meeting spots?
We're heading towards the heart of the city. So head there.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll let everybody know. And then I tell everybody that they're heading to the heart of the city from the sewers.
And Lena just turns to Zig, looking real proud, be like, oh, he'll get to it when he gets to it. Yeah, it's fine. They're gonna find us.
Oh, did you tell them we're going to the throne?
Well, I said the heart of the city, which is where the throne is, so I think they'll figure it out. If we say the throne, they're not gonna know what the hell we're talking about.
Sure.
I barely know what we're talking about.
I say,
I don't
are you guys
understand that
okay?
much.
Do you need anything?
Be like, no, we're fine.
Okay. All right, I'm hanging up, and then I open my eyes,
Okay,
and
love
the
you,
link is
bye.
broken.
When you open your eyes, you see Ferris and Ro like kind of crouched and glancing out the door, like gauging their options of where to how they could dive and move.
I think Rose just kind of having fun how when they poke their head out, it's like all of the force changes, and then when they put it back, it's not.
Faris is just like,
Dog
please stop.
What are we gonna do? Should we just blast a hole then? The sewer is kind of far. Pew pew.
Honestly, that might be our best bet.
She just holds up a hand, it starts glowing. Well, the tattoos on it start glowing.
I don't know.
Let's do it. Come on.
Okay. I will use a weakened version of Last Light and try to make like a concentrated beam, like in the movies where they like do a circle.
Laser a circle.
Yeah.
Totally. Lena and Zake, somewhere behind you a little bit, you hear a chunk of stone falling.
Hello?
Okay.
Who's there?
I'll go first and I'll help you down, Ro. And Faris is going to try and jump into the hole.
Yeah, I'm assuming you made it nice and close to the door, so I don't think.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
any roll
it's
involved. You
literally
just-
like right outside.
Yeah, you just slip right in, and anyone who wants to can do that. Except Fallen, he's too tall. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Fallen will just fall in the hole.
Nice.
Ah.
Nice.
How do I kick someone out of
Oh,
my
I'm
own
gonna leave now. I gotta head out.
You can't kick me
Oh,
out.
game's over.
I'm needed.
All right.
Good luck,
so-
TC. It's
yeah,
you and
Ro
Robert
will
for the rest of
hop
the game.
down.
Well,
All right.
cheers.
So
Thank
everyone-
you for inviting me. It's been great.
He gets it. He understands.
So everyone slides down, and I'll note that even in this subterranean area, while the air is calmer, you can still you're leaning against walls and pulling yourself along. It's hard to traverse. Leon's like, do you go back and investigate the crashing noise that happened back a little bit? Yeah, you go back a couple hallways and you see your fellow heroes and this weird Felix guy have all descended.
Oh,
Oh, hi.
wonderful.
You're very glad you're alive.
That
Let's
was
go.
neat.
Varys is standing on top of this cylinder of stone that's just been laser cut.
This was
I'm just holding a map.
a weird map.
Like the ink reaches off the page into a sphere.
I'm just like holding, be like, so this is doing things, but I think we know where we're supposed to be heading, which is here, pointing like above the map.
Yeah.
It's not magic, it's enchanted paper.
Enchanted means magic, Lena.
I did not make it magic. And it does not take magic to use. I just have to think about it.
I'm not going to have this argument with you again. You use magic items. Get over it. Let's go.
I have the map. I just imagine Ferris starts walking and Lena's just like, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah. Where are you going, Ferris?
Ro can guide us.
Let's
I will
go.
point out that you can't tell which direction to go in because it's the hardest way to lean.
Cool.
It's fine. I'm really good at leaning.
Oh my. Oh.
Why? Alina.
TC, I'm sorry.
Apology accepted. Thank you.
So, Lena, after a moment of Ferris being on her bullshit, leads the way. It is significantly easier to traverse when there aren't buildings falling around.
What are the odds?
And as you're going, there's water draining past you. Like, the corners of the hallways just flows up and past. Like, all the water in the entire sewage system is just filling up the outsides of the city.
Neat.
It's delightful. You hear the Baron's voice, projected with Aura's silvery broadcast.
Fuck.
Persistent creatures, going to sacrifice your very home for this foolhardy quest. There are none that remain to oppose me but you. Submit. You can even return to lives off of my city.
Is that the Baron guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we want to send him a message back, I can do that too. Do we just tell him to fuck off or not say
Tell him
anything?
he smells like a butt.
I'll do it, she says, looking at Ro. Okay, I'm gonna cast Aura's silvery broadcast. And
The
Faris will
best AP
say,
you'll ever spend.
Yep. Faris will very calmly go, I have a message from Ro Starfall. They say that you are a smelly butt. And then cuts off the spell.
Everyone in a mile heard the Vanguard say that.
Yeah.
He's gonna be so
Nice.
mad.
Okay. I appreciate the sentiment, but let's try and not aggravate our adversary. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go. Yeah.
I mean, in theory, if we make him angrier, people tend to get like a little more sloppy and reckless when they're acting out of anger versus whether they're calm and put together. So maybe if we just annoy him to the point of sloppiness, it'll be easier to kill him.
That's
Just a
a
thought.
fair point.
Ro.
I'm starting to become quite the tactical mind, I'll have you know.
Huh.
Ro, as you're traveling, you can feel the city almost if it's like a part of you. And you can feel that it's beginning to slow slightly, as if the energy that was being pushed in on that has started to be split and applied in other areas as well.
Something different's happening with the city now.
What?
If different how?
I don't know. It's going slower, and I can't really explain it. It's like I can feel the like energy in the city. It's going in different places. I don't know what it means. I don't know what he's doing, but it's probably not good.
Channeling magic to different parts of the city for some reason?
I know he had to do something kind of like what I do to control the city to get us here. So maybe there's something else the city can do that he's gonna do.
Huh. Well.
He said it has lots of secrets.
I mean, we certainly don't know all of what the city is capable of. We've learned that. So
I
if Rose
think-
says that there's something new happening, then there's...
I think there's not much we can do to find out about it down here, and we should just press on for now.
Press on. I agree. Ro, just stay alert. If you feel something happening, if you know what this energy is directed towards, just let us know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
I think this is a good omen. It means that his magical powers aren't endless if he needs to distribute it through different places. So,
Yeah.
yay for
And
us.
like you said before with Liddell and Rolst, maybe he is genuinely worried and now he's trying some other tactic.
Exactly.
Yes. It's like a top. It has been set to spin and is almost as if like it's not being powered anymore. So it is slowing slightly. It does spin in the air, so there's not a ton of resistance.
Let's go then.
Robert's a smarty.
Ro can help with that. Ghouls!
Lena, you're leading the group and you see a room upcoming that's relatively sizable. So apparently Robert wasn't auditory to the
that's weird.
audience for that bit, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Basically, centrifugal force.
Now
water
we
might come
can't
back.
hear you, it
No,
zoomed.
now we
Plus.
can't hear you. You're
I see
muted.
what happened. The mutes got switched.
Oh no.
These things happen.
Oh.
So Robert was just saying we should get moving, and also we should be worried because the water flowed away, and if this city slows down, it could flow back.
Yes.
Smarty smart.
Lena, there's a room upcoming. It is relatively large, and it has a label on the map. I don't know if the map gives you labels, but it does now.
Now it does.
Yeah. And it is labeled for the devotees of the red.
I'm just gonna lean over to Zeke and be like, what do you think that means?
I have no clue. Do you think it holds any importance? Should we check it
One
out?
way to find out.
At this point, I'm for everything.
I'm just turning back. Does anybody know what the red might mean? And what having devotees would then entail?
I mean, the
'Cause
only
the
thing I can
map's
think of that
easy.
has devotees in a weird culty way is the Baron himself. He had that weird cult who lived
Like-
under the graveyard.
The
Yep.
main color was red.
Cool. Well, perhaps there may be some opposition in a room ahead. Is there a way to circumvent this room to get to where we're
It's
trying
almost
to
like-
go?
This chamber is like the figurehead on the boat that makes up the front. No, not the front. The heart of the city.
Okay. So I guess just get ready in case there's people in there that we might have to fight.
Spear.
Here we go again.
Coming to this chamber, it is large. The spinning is slowing down enough that you've kind of gotten used to it, so you can travel normally, relatively speaking. There are a number of pillars that go in two lines down this chamber, and a large glowing door. It's one of those. It's like the epitome boss door, you know?
Has the music changed?
Not yet, because as
Okay.
you start into this room, people appear out from behind the pillars and the adjoining passageways that lead here. where most of them wounded, or dirty. You see them clutching food or supplies in bags, and they all are looking at you warily. There's quite a few of them.
Are they wearing the culty looking outfits, or do they look like normal
have-
people?
All of them wear some vestige of red upon them. Many of it, much of it is quite dingy after, Ramos Shattered Light, City Spinning, all these bad things.
Yeah.
Oof.
We just need to pass through.
Zeke, you spy, looking down from the passageways, in a robe that is a lot cleaner than the rest, Venestra. Dark hair,
Yep.
red dress. Sister to your baker friend.
You saved her life last episode as well.
Mm-hmm.
That did happen.
Just
It did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks, honestly, the look you read on her face is almost as if she thinks you're already dead.
Mm-hmm. Seems we meet again.
She starts as you address at her, and then as that's happening, some mist roils together just in front of the giant glowing boss door, forming into the Baron himself. Skeletal, gleaming red robes, has that big fan collar with spines of bone and studded with the red null gems that block anti-magic. Cracks his fingers. Yes, I think we do. No. It's really quite impressive that you made it this far already. Please. But I really am hoping we can deal with this in a fast and amenable way. And I have a little suspicion that you're going to feel kind of bad about what's going to come next. So, one last chance. Anything you want to say to maybe improve my mood or leave?
Been quite good
That's
today.
the Baron. Just whispers.
Felix is kind of laughing, and he looks up and he's like, "That's a little on the nose, isn't it?"
Who's this guy?
Don't worry about it.
You're talking about this.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not my place.
He's been here the whole time. You don't recognize him?
He's the 6th hero of Starfall Spire.
Starfall Spire.
Yeah.
See him invoke a little magic Arvis over broadcast once again. And he puts his arms out to the side dramatically and says, "Any who still cling to a desire for life, devotees, believers, these 6 stand in your way. Rise against them and strike. Take back your city for its rightful ruler." And those around, they start to stand up slowly. You see a few weapons come out. They're tired, they're weary, they're wounded, but these are the people who never let go of him from last time.
Like these are regular people or like actual cultists?
Cultists.
I mean, these are...
I get that they're
Why
on
not
his
both?
side, but I mean, like, do they seem like
Yeah.
cult
Yeah.
members or just,
Like, are they
I mean-
brainwashed people, or are they people that are like?
They look
No.
wary, but like
Yeah.
they... but
do
they're,
they look
they're
like
people.
commoners?
So many of them do look like commoners.
How much?
Yes.
How
These are
much
the
po-
assholes who like go
how
out
much
and live their
poison is it
normal
gonna
life
take?
and then troll the Baron subreddit when they get home. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
these
That's a
fucking
good analogy. That's a good
people.
analogy.
Well, just as they start to stand up, Shadow's just gonna come off the doctor as he reaches their hand out and just goes, "No, you must rest." And any commoners just fall asleep for 2 AP.
That's delightful. But the Baron points out one skeleton finger and says, "No, you're not getting out of it that easily."
Oops.
Take.
Let's
Just gonna start rifling through my poisons. I'm like,
let's not be Hasty here.
The Baron's no is successful. It's stopped before it's cast.
Let's not be hasty here. Kind of takes one step forward from the group and just kind of directs his voice towards the people starting to raise up and surround them.
Yep. They're starting to shark a little bit, you know, circle.
Yeah. Is this what you really want? You want to live the rest of your miserable lives enslaved to a cruel master. Someone that, by the way, we do have a very good chance of defeating. Why do you think all these defenses are in place? Do you think if he were that easily defeated, that he would have gone through the trouble of doing all of this? If you attack now, I can promise you I will not hold back. We will dispatch you as quickly as you can draw your weapons. So think twice before you act. I'll give you this chance. Leave now. And if we defeat the Baron, everything is forgotten. If not, you can leave your lives the same or just die, because living in servitude would be exactly the same results.
So that's your big dramatic speech? Really?
Why?
I liked it better than yours.
You underestimate the spirit of people. I think you've lost that many years ago.
Say, can you roll the die?
I can. Do I want to? I'm not sure.
Can you roll it well?
Roll
a high number.
That is the question, isn't it? Okay, let's go.
Come on, Unu.
Please. That is a 16. It's not perfect, but it's very good.
That's a proper good success. Baron puts one skeleton finger on its skull. You spy Venestra turn and run back down the passageway. The rest of them, their weapons, see a few wands here or there. Look about. Somebody, they hear a few murmurs. One of them. He's a bit shit this time around and starts to turn to throw an axe at the Baron. And he's like, oh, boring. He snaps his fingers and fog of death just rolls off from him. I should have given up on humanity to crew my war machine long ago. Last time didn't go so well. They turned on me. This time I'll have spirits to crew. So this death fog, we've seen it a few times, rolls out very quickly. You do have a moment to respond before it just kills everybody, but it does do a pretty good job of killing everybody if you
We're
let it
underground, right? So Rue doesn't have any, like, outside spaces.
Yeah, so Nat, last time that this death fog came out, it was effectively confirmed by you that my force field can encapsulate and keep it inside.
Oh yeah, that
so
definitely happened.
Very quickly move my force field to envelop the death fog and try and keep it from, killing people.
That feels like a dramatic action with a reasonable cost for failure. Why don't you roll the die for that?
Okay, everyone's dead.
What?
It's not a catastrophe. It's a 2, though.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I believe that's a 2.
You tried your best.
Ferris, you feel the force field go off of you and start to go around this visage of the Baron. And for a moment, I'm going to do it from Ferris's perspective because it's kind of fun. Moment, you see it start to group up. And then you think it's going to work. And then the Baron whistles. You see the force field just fracture. And the fog starts to spew out of it. And every single crack and crevice. People who are directly around it, they're all trying to run away, get away from it, but and this slowed it down. But there's about 10 people that were turning towards him to attack him, and they immediately breathe in this deadly fog and start to wither up, crumble into dust.
Did you say there was another door behind the Baron? As well as the one we just came through?
big globe around the Baron. There's also like 6 other entrances to this room along the sides. Lots of people are running out of those now.
Yeah, I think Faris is just going to grab Ro and be like, come on, let's go, and run to the nearest door.
Sure.
Rose just staying with wherever, the pack drags them right now.
She's
for
calling
now.
out to the rest of the party as well, because she's seen that Falwyn's force field didn't work.
Yep. What is... Anyone else have anything heroic, or is it run away with Ferris time?
I have anything I can do.
I just want to shoot him in his stupid skeleton face, but it's not gonna do anything. It's
You
just
can
gonna
shoot him in his
hurt
stupid
Ro.
skeleton face. Come on, Lena, do it. Do it.
It's
coward.
gonna hurt, but like, it's gonna hurt Ro if I do that.
I don't.
Does it? Oh, does that not happen?
We haven't seen that at least.
You
But
have-
We
no
haven't
one has hit
tried
the
to
Baron
attack
yet.
him. Yeah.
Ever.
Oh God, yeah, I want to shoot him in his stupid skeleton face.
Wild attack? Wild attack? Wild attack?
Hit him in his face.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna put poison on the bullet.
He's a skeleton.
Yeah, but it still does damage.
Give me a roll.
All right, you know what? No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save that AP because I'm actually burning through AP at a faster rate than I ever have in my life.
Also,
But yes, it will be a
Curious.
lot- it
Dude,
will
you're
be a
like
lot.
40 something. You're fine.
I know.
No, now I have 34. I've spent 13.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like the most AP I've spent in a session in like one go. But okay.
Was this a wild attack?
Huh?
Is that a 1?
Megan.
No, it's a 2.
Oh, you too.
Okay.
Oh, welcome to the club.
Oh no.
It's like the third 2 today.
So you miss. All enemies within reach may counterattack you immediately. Now, luckily, you shot him, so he's not within reach. It's very lucky for you.
Nice.
But the bullet whizzes, because the force field's still there limply, but it's just in some tiny pieces. So the bullet shoots through, spinning a few pieces in the air as it past his collar, and he turns. Because you're not running away, so you and Falwyn are still in the room, and he's just gonna.
Yeah, I think I was like heading out and then I just stopped. Be like, no.
Takes his hand up and push it forward, and you see the fog just creep towards you two. And I need each of you to roll a d20.
Oh gosh.
You know what this fog does?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I do know what this fog does.
Don't like it.
It's a 12.
Okay, so it does. What do you roll, Falwyn?
Can you freeze? No.
What do you roll?
Oh my.
Okay, well, so the fog does damage equal to 20 minus your roll. So, which is intentionally abhorrently mean. So Lynn takes 8, Falwyn takes 18. Now, notably, you don't just die, you are at 0 now.
Okay. Nat is like going to take the distraction that the Baron is like focused probably on Lena that just shot him, and
I need a
he's
new
gonna
D20.
like focus on the fog and just really try hard to imagine it just billowing even larger and larger and encompassing everything around the Baron like in a thick dense cloud. I'm casting Mirage to give Lena and Falwyn the chance
Alright.
to run back towards the door.
Oh, all right. So you're obscuring his vision so that to make an exit for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll totally work. You've also waited an opportunity for the rest of the non-dead human, citizens
Yeah,
who are down here to flee.
for sure.
And all of you managed to run all together away a few chambers to where the area is entirely clear. I think you have what? I think there's a ladder up to the top side, and this is like a subterranean, what's the word? Places where post office. It's a post office that's built into the ground. You're in like the vault of the post office.
Guess as you take like one moment to breathe, Zeg's just gonna grab Faris by the arm and spin her around. Okay, Faris, if that happens again, just get row as close as possible and cut it.
I wasn't going to do that when there was that fog in there.
He's gonna do the fog every single time.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty.
We have to. We can't survive more fogs. We either do it next time or we don't stand a chance. Turns to Felix now. Wait, Lich guy. What do you think now? Still stand a chance?
So, where are we? I followed everybody.
Yeah, I was assuming you followed everybody because I
Okay.
said anyone else want to do anything heroic, everyone else got out of there.
I got you. Okay. So where are we now?
You have gone a few chambers off to clear from the fog. The Baron doesn't seem to have followed you, and you're on the basement of a post office.
Okay. So while everybody has been talking, I had cast Helen's Fantastic Feast, and I'm sitting down at a table eating a meal.
What does that do?
Imagine an elaborate feast of any culinary style. I imagine it in the style of my home world, which is basically like a Texas barbecue. You summon food and drink, your choice of furniture and your choice of dinnerware and table decorations. So it's like, a rustic table with a bench, summon enough to feed a party of up to 20 people. Consuming the meal restores 4 hit points. So I'm back to 10 hit points. You guys hungry? Anything? That seems stressful. Like,
Zeg kind of turns
know.
around to say this to Felix and then just, hey, Lich guy, what the
This is really good. I'm just like saying with a mouthful, like pointing at the table. You guys should take a quick break.
Can I? I want to try.
Yeah, come on.
This is really
Do
good.
we have the time?
Before we do that, Faris is going to go over to the doctor and use up 4 of her own HP to heal him back up to 4, so that he can then eat back up to 8, and then sit down and
breaking
eat.
tactic.
So she goes back up to full.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you so
Oh, yeah.
much, Faris.
And I think as the crew of you sit down to consume, we can take a break there.
Before we go,
Yeah.
I just have one question.
Sure.
Was my force field completely shattered, or did it take damage?
It was shattered.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Damn.
Just wanted to know. All right.
Oh,
Well,
goodness.
thank you, everyone, for being here. All Raiders who are here and sticking with us. This is a phenomenal episode, I think.
Yeah.
We have the wonderful TC here, and I love Felix so much.
I apologize for ruining this series.
What?
No, Felix is
Great
amazing.
brand.
I think
No, this is
we
like
already
the most.
we ruined it many sessions ago.
yeah,
This is like
exactly.
the most dire, serious, scary thing, and everyone's like freaking out. And Felix is just here to like remind us it's a game. We're having a good time. I love it. It's grand.
Love it. It's amazing.
So we're going to take a little break. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Get up.
Oh, we
walk
just
around.
got
We just got raided.
Oh, that happens. We'll be right back. 10
Yeah, we'll be
minutes.
back
We'll
in
be
10
right back.
minutes.
About
10
10 minutes. Walk
Thank
around.
you, Raiders.
Get some water.
Stay there, Raiders.
Yeah, we'll be
Stay
back.
here. Things are about to go down.
See you soon.
Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in a revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis von Hrinth, who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches. Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in a revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis von Hrinth, who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches. Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in a revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis von Hrinth, who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches. Hey, I'm Nat, the guide, and I'm going to get you up to speed for today's session. Quest, the Soaring City, is set on the flying trade city of Valerith. It was originally created as a war machine by Baron Culvrax to oppress the lands below, but he was ousted some time back in Revolution. Now he's returned as a lich to reclaim what he created. He tapped into the arcane machinery underlying Valerith and warped the entire city to the realm of shattered light, a shadow plane that teems with horrible, hungering creatures. He declared that Valerith would only return to its mortal realm once the people of the city submit to his rule or perish. But even worse, the Baron's soul isn't bound to an object like a normal lich. His soul tether is instead Ro, the party's naturalist, who's 13. As long as Ro is alive, the Baron cannot die. Desperate, our heroes struck an alliance with their longtime nemesis Arvis von Hrinth, who helped them forge the legendary sword of Valerith, which could supposedly cut anything, even the Baron's soul tether. But the sword needed determined souls to gird it for battle, so 3 of their dear friends lent their souls to the sword, staking their lives that our heroes will prevail. With the sword forged, Culvrax moved up his timeline. Citizens disappeared en masse, and the streets of Valerith are left empty and dark. All that remained to challenge the Baron are the Heroes of Starfall Spire, and the battlefield is their home. But Arvis always has one final trick in stow, and at this moment, a powerful new ally approaches.
And we have returned.
Hello! Thank you all so
Howdy,
much for
howdy,
hanging
howdy,
out with
howdy,
us
howdy!
during our break. And thanks again for the wonderful raids.
Love you,
Uh,
Raiders.
Yes, hello,
Love everyone
Raiders.
else.
Hello, Raiders.
Merci.
Welcome.
Welcome, thanks
Yeah.
for hanging.
Yeah.
We're about to go fight a lich, who's also
Yeah.
my
It's fine.
uncle.
It's fine.
Yeah, and your soul is interwoven with his, so
It's
you
fine.
can't die
fine.
while you're alive.
It's fine.
It's great.
Totally.
It's great.
Yeah.
Cannot overstate how fine everything is.
So, if you were here for the break, there was a little bit of recap that we played, which hopefully got you caught up. Hi, I'm Nat, the guide. But we are now underground near the entrance to the throne, the seat of the Baron's power, and he is vanguarding the door. Now, when the party gets close, hopefully they can use the Sword of Valerith to sunder the tether between Ro and the Baron so he can properly die. But I have a feeling it might be a little less simple than that. They have just finished. Oh, they are in the middle of eating a lovely, nutritious meal offered by our guest TC's character Felix, which healed them up 4 HP. And as they are lagging towards the end of the meal, Fenestra, in her red dress and dark hair, sneaks out of a doesn't sneak. She skulks out a side passage.
Yes.
Not here to fight.
Good.
That Baron out there in front of the door, it's an illusion.
Yeah, I figured.
We need to get farther in. I just wanted to make sure you knew. I don't want any trouble. All right?
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
His ass. All right?
You want some
Yes,
ribs?
Yes, my brother. And yes, please. She realizes she's quite hungry. And she comes up to the bench right on the end by Felix. The only one she doesn't know hates her, and takes some ribs. And then after looking at the table for a minute, I'll take them to go, but thank you.
We'll get him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The Baron
Yeah,
and your brother.
But in different
On the way out,
ways.
she
Yeah,
points
it's two
to
very different.
Ferris.
Was
And on the way out, she points to Ferris and says, "Good luck with the lawsuit."
Ferris just glares at her. And as she leaves, because Ferris had a little inkling suspicion that wasn't the real Baron, because, like, why would he do that? She's gonna sit down and concentrate and cast See, so that for the next hour I can know if something is an illusion, see anything that's invisible, and see the true form of anything that's been altered by magic.
Delightful.
So I know if we're fighting the real Baron.
You know what else you see? Is you see that beautiful silvery soul tether just snaking through the passageways.
Yeah. Ferris turns to Zake and goes, "See, there's good reason not to just run in blindly and start going for the tether. It wouldn't
You should have
done
done this
in there."
before then.
What?
The invisibility thing, the illusion thing. You should have done that before.
I
then.
only learned this recently, Zake.
No, like literally now, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's good that you have it. It's good, Ferris.
Is the blueprint still doing its thing?
Mhm.
Where are we? Like, so are we? So like, there was the chamber where all the death smoke was. Or we're like in like an antechamber, like a side room deal, or like where did we go?
You just shot down the nearest available corridor, which happened, and you went maybe 100 feet through those passageways to this subterranean post office vault.
All right.
Now, presumably, the plan is go back the way you came, because that big glowing door is like the way into the heart, unless you got something else in plan. I mean, y'all are kick-ass, badass people. I don't expect you to have to solve the problems the way I lay out.
Well, I'm just like looking at the blueprint. Like, is that the only way? That's the only entrance to that room is through that? Okay. Yeah, I think like I just have like the blueprint in front of me, and I'm just like staring at it, like trying to figure out like another way around. I'm like burning a hole through the table, like just staring at this blueprint, like moving it around, trying to figure something out. It's like there's no other way into this room. Unless there's not a way. Like, I can cut through walls, but there isn't another wall that goes in.
So what do we do?
I don't know.
Sorry, I spaced out for a moment. So is the only way towards him back through the room with the illusion lich and the gas and everything? Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Are you all like discussing this at the table while we're eating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Lena's
Well, I
like
have
at
like
the
a
end
chicken
of the
wing
table.
in like half out of my mouth, and I'm like, wait, you guys want to get into a room?
Yeah.
I could get you into a
Yeah.
room.
This room,
The
and I'm gonna
glowy
point
one?
on the blueprint, be like, this room.
Yeah, as long as I know where it is.
It's here.
Okay. That's a little risky, but
Why?
well, teleport is, always an unstable spell. There's no telling what might happen
Oh.
if things go wrong, but it's possible. It might be safer than dealing with the ostentatious lich.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, we are teleporting into this room to deal with the real ostentatious lich, just so you know.
But he'll be so
Okay.
surprised.
So we think the guy in the lobby was fake.
Yeah.
The fog person.
Apparently it was.
Yeah. He can still
Okay.
cast through.
Interesting.
illusions.
He's tricky.
I mean, Arvis does it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we have
Well, it's up to all of you.
options.
I mean, that seems like a better option than trying to contend with.
It would
Oh,
also catch him
for
off
sure.
guard, which would give us a chance to
Correct.
do what we need to do as
Quickly.
quickly as possible.
Do we want to teleport straight into the room, or teleport to an adjacent room?
There are
And
no
then-
adjacent rooms. The adjacent room has the fake Baron in it.
No, to this one. Wait.
There are
That's-
some rooms. There are some rooms past the door adjacent to the throne.
Oh.
They're just
Yeah,
they're just all through this door. It balloons
Okay.
like a delta a little bit.
So I guess
But we don't know what's in any of those other rooms.
we don't.
We
Maybe
agreed
I
we
don't
need to
know.
do this as quickly as possible if we know that that's the room
I
the
mean,
real
just
Baron
go.
is in.
Just go.
Can we be certain that the real Baron is definitely in there? I mean, it seems like the fairly obvious place that he would definitely be, but
I mean, he's a power-hungry prick, so why wouldn't he be in a throne room?
yeah.
Fair.
Well,
But
and
then he is also,
when he first brought me to Valerith while we were in Shamsara, he brought me to a big room that had like fancy throne chair in it. So I think he does
Okay.
like to hang out in there a lot.
did you get the sense that that was the real Baron when you were in there?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it could have not been, but like Liddell was there, and so was Fizzwitz. So he was like talking to them and stuff. It seemed like it was him.
Okay.
Honestly, these guys love tropes. If you're good to go, we can just plop right into that room.
I mean,
Yeah, before we go,
Very well.
I'm just going to really quickly just recreate the force field and wrap it around Ferris.
Thank you.
Yeah, at least
how's
if
everybody else?
the fog
doing
comes
on
back, you'll
HP?
be protected. You're the most important in the fight.
It looks at Ro.
In the fight, you're the most important. I don't think he
He
wants to kill
won't.
Ro.
Yeah, he needs me around so he can stay around. But you need
Ferris
to keep
looks very
everyone in the
guilty.
sword safe.
Yeah, Ferris looks very guilty at being called the most important person in the fight.
Is before we go, the food was great. I still feel a little and maybe we should make sure that we're all feeling our best before we go in. Looking at the doctor, I'll give you my AP to do it, but I'm still at half health, so
Oh, no. What's Zake at? Zake
I'm-
at or below half?
I'm good. I'm good.
I think
Um,
I'm the only one that's down HP.
Yeah, I'm full up right now.
Then,
Yeah, I'm at 5.
The doctor will cast Mend on Lean.
Okay. Is that 2 HP?
No, that's 5 HP.
Or 2 AP? 5
Nope.
AP?
5
or no,
AP.
AP, sorry.
I mean, 5 HP, 1 AP, but you cannot pay it for me. I'm paying it.
Oh.
I could actually mend if you want, if you're like real low on AP, because Ro has that. I know it's just 1, but we're about to go fuck with the Barons.
You know what?
I can't do any combat healing, so
I mean, yeah, if they can't
You
heal
make a
in
valid
combat.
point. Yeah, if Ro wants to stop the doctor right before, it's just like,
Okay, so just a small note. Probably will be fine, but we could be lacerated by an arcane explosion and take a lot of just don't worry about it. It's only happened a couple times. Generally, we're fine.
You've done this a lot since then and
What's-
practiced, right?
a lactation.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's just it's an unstable kind of magic. So I'm an expert, obviously, but stuff can go wrong. That's why I have insurance. But
It's
just a small risk.
better than the fog, I'd say.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Explosions-
guess while we're talking
explosions
about this,
happen.
though, one other option, I can take you all wherever you want if you don't want to deal with this guy. I mean, I don't know how important this spinning air disc water city thing is to all of you, but if you have somewhere else you want to be, I can arrange that.
It's,
It's
we all
our
just jump
home.
on. We all just start a new campaign from this.
When we start Galaxy Quest, this is when we start Galaxy
There
Quest.
we go.
that's early.
There is a timeline in which everybody decides that yes, we are going.
Okay, just thought I'd check.
Aris
No,
looks at Felix and is just like, this is our home. We're defending it.
Oh, okay. Message received.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ferris, you said you could see illusions and invisible things now, correct? Okay, right before we jump, kind of looks at Felix as it says that. I'm gonna make you two invisible. Ro, Ferris. Maybe
Oh.
that will give us a jump on the Baron.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you'll be able to see Ro and you can attempt to cut it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Everyone be
It's a cool
careful.
idea. Oh, one more question. Do you know this Baron person? Do you know anything about them?
He sucks.
I mean, they're a prick.
Evil capitalist who used the city as a war machine, now back as an undead lich.
We helped depose him the first
Tethered
time.
his soul to a
around.
teenager.
Okay. Anybody he really hates in particular,
Us.
other than you all?
My girlfriend.
Your
But it's
girlfriend.
okay. She's in the sword.
Yeah, but she's in.
the
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's in a sword.
interesting.
So
Okay. What does she look like?
it's really pretty.
Really pretty. Got it. Okay. Starting to
Dark
picture
skin,
something.
long braids, wears leather
Mm.
armor, a lot of color, has a Kopesh sword.
Got it. Okay. That should be enough. Yeah. Okay. That's enough. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Well, just let me know when you're ready.
Right.
All
I'm
right.
gonna reload my gun.
Ro still has a gun from Everett.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Bro
yeah.
will like see Lena do that and take Everett's out.
Pretend to reload it.
Right. If we're all
There's only
ready.
one shot.
yeah.
Felix,
Ready is
just-
operative, but
Let me know when I should make them invisible, and then
Mhm.
pop us over there.
Ro, hold on to me, yeah? So I have both my arms,
Okay.
but we don't get separated.
Yeah.
'Cause I'll be able to see you, but I don't know if you'll be able to see me.
No, I don't think so. So Ro will like loop their hands like through your
Ooh.
belt. I could actually
Great.
make Ro able to see like, invisibility and things affected by spells, but I'm saving my
no,
right
here.
now.
Yeah, fair.
Here, I'm gonna quickly take my spy glasses off and hand them to Ro.
Ooh, neat.
Nice.
Like
So
put 'em
yeah,
on.
so you can
Like
you
heat
can
vision,
do a ton
right?
of things. You can see a bunch of you can magnify, you can see the outlines. Yeah, you have infrared vision and you can detect illusions.
Ooh.
So you can see invisible stuff, you can detect illusions, and you can like zoom in and see.
Now
things
we're on
that
the
are
same
far away.
level, Ro.
That's pretty cash money.
Nice.
That's so cool.
The good thing about
Felix
things
Felix
not
sees this
being
happen
inherently
and
magic, I can pass things off.
wants to whisper to Lena, and I'm going to use the 1 AP version that creates a link that allows them to respond. And I say, "Hey, what is that? What is that thing that you just handed off? That looks cool."
Oh, they're just some spy glasses, so you can
Oh,
see.
are you a spy?
I was I guess, yeah. I was a spy, definitely.
Did you make
I
those
kind of
yourself?
am. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And Felix takes a card out of his cloak and hands it to Lena, and it says, it's like a glowing little card that says Felix on it, and underneath it just says
It
Edge
just says
Hunter.
That's right. I
It
was
says,
right.
it just final whisper says, "Hey, I don't know what's going to go down here, and I may have to leave if things go really bad. But if you all survive, give me a call. If you want to expand your horizons."
Okay. I'm just like looking at him like, all right, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't tell anybody else though.
Okay.
Cool.
It's like looking at Zig like, yeah, obviously. Yeah, definitely not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, great.
If I
Okay.
tell everything to.
Shall we warp?
All right, everybody ready?
Yes,
I say to the
let's
group-
do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Zeke?
Take
Yep.
invisibilities.
Let's go. Zeke focuses really hard and just imagines both Faris and Ro disappearing from existence and makes them invisible with 4 AP. Let's go.
Sorry, Robert, how much is the force field again? How much
420.
HP? Cool.
So you said 420, and I was like,
So did I.
420, baby.
Robert.
like right before we teleport, Lena's just gonna reach out and grab Zeke's hand.
All right.
Hold it tight.
Felix, give me a
I
teleport
close
roll.
my eyes and I raise my hands and I start saying all kinds of gibberish like hachi machi and all kinds of weird stuff. And then I open my eyes and I laugh and I say, "No, that's not part of it." And then I snap my finger and we all teleport. But I have to roll the die.
Don't kill us,
So-
TC.
Oh,
Don't
no.
kill
Don't
us.
kill us, please.
Don't kill us.
DC comes on
Which
the
is
street just to
hilarious.
kill everybody and
Seriously?
then leaves.
Okay, that's a 7.
That doesn't.
What does it mean?
Let me look that up.
You all arrive. Choose one. You take 7 damage from turbulence, or a magic item you're carrying is destroyed.
Ooh.
I am going to say my chaos pearls are destroyed.
F.
Ooh.
F's in chat. F's in chat.
Okay.
In chat for the chaos pearls.
All right. So, just if you were gonna describe like what the actual teleport, like, is it a flash of purple light? Like, what does it look like?
Yeah, it's kind of like the like we all just kind of disappear. And there's like a little bit of a shockwave that says dust flying and papers and everything. And it's kind of the same deal when we appear. There's a little bit of like a soft sonic boom when we land, and yeah, a bit of a shockwave between where we all appear.
A single chicken wing teleports with us.
Yeah.
Baps under the ground.
Wait, is that a magic chicken wing? Because we could just spread that instead of the pearls.
All right. Ferris.
Magically delicious.
Ferris, as you appear into this room, you see there's this throne up above. This is a big circular room. The bottom a dome, the top a slightly flatter dome, and there's a ridge along the outside.
Mhm.
There's an opulent throne. Standing in front of it, and laying side to one side, and with as if he's doing math, fingers bapping around, is the Baron. As the explosion goes off, there's a shockwave. He jumps with a start. Well, that's bullshit. Robots. And out from around those robot servitors. These are the ones like Fizzwits that clunk really slowly and have the lasers and have a Geist head trapped inside a glass bubble. And you see Fizzwits looking down, looking really sad that he has to fight his friends.
Oh, buddy.
Oh wow, vintage.
That's Fizzwit.
That was the Baron's initiating. You're the protagonists.
Ow! Many
Ferris.
robots.
So there are currently 4, but there are more coming. You can hear them.
I want to shoot him with a gun.
Fun. Ferris, you can tell this is the real Baron. Although you can
Cool.
also tell that there is a force field around him.
Okay.
Damn it.
Mm.
Is it a force field like Falwyn's force field, like the exact same kind of?
You
Thing?
think so?
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess.
Oh, and as you get closer now, you can see the tether from Ro go straight to it, and it's brighter and it's fatter.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna quietly grab Ro by the arm and pull them around. We're gonna try and stealthily move as close to the Baron as possible.
You don't think there's really much of a chance that he's not going to notice you approach, given the
Right.
terrain.
We're invisible.
Wait, you're invisible. You're invisible. Right. Okay. So you start to approach, and as you do that, you see his head just snap right to you, seemingly ignoring the invisibility.
Shit. Well, Faris draws the sword out of the scabbard, casts Blazing Avenger on it, and just stabs down into the tether.
All right. So you draw the sword of Valerith. It is a winged short sword with 3 compartments in it along the handle, each one housing a soul of a determined friend who's given their corporeal form to help you defeat the Baron, staked their life that you would succeed. As you Blazing Avenger, it erupts in light and flame, and you stab the soul tether.
Yup.
Is it a wild attack?
Oh my god.
Is it a wild attack? Like, just let me know. Let me know.
But if you roll a 1.
I'll point out
It's
that
not a
wild
wild
attack, if you roll a 1, the weapon breaks, and the
I
weapon
know that.
has...
Oh, but also, Nat,
I'm
you
explaining to the
told me.
viewers. I would point out that if the weapon breaks, Ferris's girlfriend Alika dies forever.
Yeah. However, you did tell me about a certain ability I acquire while wielding the Sword of Valerith.
It's true. You have steel pact because of the determined spirit's personal link to you.
So if I fail a roll, I get to re-roll it.
So don't roll 2 1s in a row. Is what
Yup.
I'm saying.
Oh.
Exactly. So yeah, let's do a wild attack.
Wild attack!
Oh, actually, I will note. Actually, wait. This ability says when you roll a failure.
Uh-huh.
That's the name of the 2 to 5 success band, isn't it? Or 1 is a catastrophe.
We have the creator of the game here. Can you confirm whether it's the natural one or not?
Can you roll a natural 1 with steel pact, TC? What is your opinion?
What does Steel Pact do? That's a
When
good
you roll
question.
a failure when using this weapon, you may reroll the die once. You must take the result of the reroll. That's the text.
The rule, as I have written it, would suggest that only counts as failure. So 2 to 5, not a catastrophe.
In that case, I am not going to wild attack.
All right.
That is.
Thanks,
I mean,
Cece.
it's just Alika. I mean, come on.
But I'm not. I don't have any power in this. In this
But
Zoom call.
But Alika does.
I'm not. I'm
That's-
not in charge here.
You roll the die. Roll the die, Ferris.
It's an 18. It's an 18.
It's an 18. All right. So you stab down, strike, and I'm record that you've done 3 damage to the soul tether as it has started to fray on the sides. Soul energy from both directions. The Baron's sickly green, Ro bright and silver, spilling into the air, only visible by you and Ro. Ro, as you see it spilling out, you recognize parts of it as you. It's a very surreal experience, gazing at your own pieces of your own soul. Ro, you take 6 damage when that happens.
Ow! I think you just sort of feel like Ro's arm like tighten around where they're grabbing you.
Yeah.
I go, that hurt.
You do see the Baron wince as well.
You said 6
Okay.
damage, Nat?
Yes.
Just making sure I put the right number down.
As you stab it, you feel the handle almost twist in your hand. You know it wasn't the user error. You are excellent at wielding weapons. It's almost as if the sword itself jumping under you. Ro, Lena, Zake, Fallen, Felix. What do you do?
I would like to shoot him with a gun, please.
All right, give me a roll.
All right, I've switched dice. Hopefully this dice doesn't like 2s as much as the other one did.
By the way, you can see as you're taking turns, he started to weave not 1, not 2, but 3 spells into existence as you're taking your turns.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
That was a wild attack, and I rolled a 13.
I mean, that's
Just
double damage.
dabblage. So that's 12.
You strike his force field and send spider webbing cracks around it, dealing most of the force field's HP.
I'm gonna blow off the barrel like I'm really cool.
Who next? Come on, don't be shy.
The doctor, with their scythe, will just wreathe the scythe into the air and cast magic strike out of it at the necklace.
So on the collar
Yeah.
that he wears? Sure.
And I'm not
you're
empowering
doing
it.
the-
This is the free one, so I have to roll for it.
Okay, so that's what I was about to ask.
Okay, that's the opposite of a 2. 19.
All right, so that's a triumph in our game. So that means you do 4 damage, which means you have blasted off about a third of the collar.
Good.
Dig?
Good. Yeah, so you said there were 4 robots nearby and then a bunch of them coming?
You can hear the cacophony of footsteps.
Okay, then Zake grips the handle of the scimitar, and is about to go and on a full sprint, but hears the other ones and waits. So it's just gonna jump real high towards the back of one of the robots and just hang on to it and try to stab it in a weak spot in the neck, I assume. Try and deactivate one of them with a wild attack.
Wild attack.
Wild attack.
Wild attack.
Wild attack. Yeah, that's a 9. Let me see what that does. That.
It is
Oh, yeah,
deal double
so-
damage and they counterattack.
The counterattack.
All right.
So 6 damage and then counterattack.
You are going. So the way I'm going to flavor this is you actually fell that robot, but the one behind it raises its arm and it's going to laser at you. Deep red laser spews across the spews across the battlefield, singeing part of the wall opposite as it blasts. Zake. Nunu is not getting shot by a
Please not me.
laser-wielding robot. Zake.
Do it.
Zake
I
for
dare you.
3 damage.
3 damage.
Oh, that's fun. And Felix takes a piece of gum out of his pocket and starts chewing.
Is Felix going to take an action in combat this round?
I think when everyone else is done. Actually, what do we see in the room? Sorry, apologies if you've already described it.
Oh yeah, sure. It is a hemisphere at the bottom and then like a flattened hemisphere at the top. There's a ridge connecting those two, which is where the robots and the Baron and now some of the people are. At the bottom of the hemisphere is a glowing red and gilded ritual circle, which you appeared in the middle of. It doesn't seem to be of use at the moment. Parts of that are turning in the walls and on the floor, but not enough to impede your actions in combat.
Okay. I mean, if there's anything that I can lean against, I'm leaning against something with my arms crossed, just watching. Otherwise, I'm just standing and waiting for everyone else to act. So I'll go
Row.
last.
Sounds fun. Row, you're next.
I really want to use Everett's gun, so I think Ro sees Lena like she's
Oh god, I
like,
learned from watching you.
all right, let's see. He won't be expecting this from me, and they'll shoot at the Baron. They're not good enough to try to aim, so they're just hoping to hit him and not one of their
All right.
friends. Is
All
it
right,
AP
so-
for Ro to fire the gun, or is that just a...
No,
Just to reload
AP
it.
is to reload it.
So, Ro, as you're leveling this gun at the Baron, and you can see the force field now that's cracked by Alina's shot, which is pretty easy. Baron looks at you, and he glances down at the spilling tether. And you hear, only you hear his voice. He says, "Are you sure about that?" You see him gesture slightly. And appearing, just like they disappeared, some of your friends. You see Mr. Batinga appear, held in the air. And you, having the spy glasses, and Ferris with C, so everyone else he seems to be floating, splayed out, but everyone else you can see this magical chain winds down from the ceiling and pierces into his body at all these different points, splaying him out wide. And then Everett across. Only 2 have arrived so far. Their lives hang in the balance too. If you join me, I'm invincible. And they will survive. Come on, don't be a stick in the mud. Give me an answer.
Well, I'm not gonna join you ever. And Ro will... The chains that are holding them, do they all look the same as the soul tether? Like...
They are similar, but much less powerful.
Okay. Ro is like deciding whether they want to try to like shoot somebody down, even though they know they could only do it like once, but they don't want to take the risk of hurting people. Like, if it looks like it's that same kind of connection where when
No, it's more of ethereal stabbing into them. It's not linked to the Baron. There's no connection back.
Okay. Oh, so I don't even know if shooting it would do anything then. Okay. Shit. I don't even know what Ro's gonna do this turn. I think that's actually enough to just sort of jar them, and like Ferris can see a row, like sort of drop the gun and like look up where everybody is, and they're like frozen. Like they're just not gonna do anything this turn, actually.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think that fits. They don't know what to do.
Felix.
Okay. Felix is going to cast Phantom Menace for 2 AP. And I'm creating an illusion of Ferris's wifey.
Lika.
Yes. Ideally behind the Lich. And I want her to either just harass and annoy the Lich or attempt, because the Phantom Menace can attempt to or can manipulate small objects. I want it to attempt to steal the necklace, whatever gem, counterspell gem is on the necklace, whenever it's possible. I think you said a third of it is already destroyed.
Yeah.
If it takes a little longer for it to be vulnerable, that's fine. But in the meantime, I want the Phantom Menace to just bother this Lich.
Yeah. And only you and him can see it, right?
That is correct. Yep.
All right. So, Felix, you see this, you conjure this
Breathtaking woman.
yes, beautiful,
Right?
breathtaking,
Okay.
dark-skinned
That's
woman with
correct.
2 swords. She draws them and points them out at me, and it's just describing in gruesome detail what she's going to do to his bones after he's a lifeless corpse.
That's my girlfriend.
Lika's
Yeah.
so dreamy.
Ish.
Fantastic. And he
And then I
just
wink at Ferris, even though she has no idea what's going on.
All right. Baron, there's these 3 spells he started to weave together in the air. You can see them linked together, almost like geometric patterns. And he just taps one and points down at the illusion as a stream of green energy flows through the air to a point on this rim where no one is. And just starts flowing and disintegrating away the ground in that area. And his brow furrows as much as a skeleton's brow can, as to him it looks like she's dancing away, dodging it. He touches the second spell and snaps a finger, and dark lightning strikes down on everyone, dealing 7 points of damage to every character.
The force field doesn't take magic damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is that 0?
Oh,
It
fuck.
strikes Ferris first and then branches out from there. The robots in this room die from it too.
Friendly fire.
Sweats.
Oh no.
Oh, Fizzwits. Oh.
Yes.
Mina can
I
fix
mean,
him.
we know Fizzwits gets pulled back from the vault every time they wants to get used, so it's fine on a basic level.
I guess.
Don't think about it too much. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lena
third
can
one.
fix him.
He wastes the third spell and points at the sword. And Ferris, you feel almost so you can see the invisible, so you see tendrils wrap around the sword and start to pull it out of your grasp. And I need you to roll the die.
17.
All right, you managed to hold on to it, but something else has happened. Of course, it had to be this way. You see the third slot on the sword. It was dull gray. It reddens slightly. It's so easy to miss if you weren't able to see. He starts weaving more spells, and it's back to all of you. It's glaring at Phantom Alika.
Gosh.
This is fine.
How? So he's up higher
Yeah, on a rim
Almost.
that circles.
Like how much higher?
You could run up there. Like it's a bit of a slope, but you can, it's like when you run up a bowl in a skate park, you can just and then like climb the last little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
sure
like to
Megan
do
has
that.
tons of experience with that.
Surprisingly, yes.
Oh. Yeah, so that's like an action or anything. What do you want to do once you're up there?
I want to stab him.
Okay, you get to the force field. You want to stab the force field?
That seems to be the only way. The only thing that I can do, because I gotta break the force field before I can like. Can I shadow cutter through the force?
Absolutely. Why the fuck not?
This might end up being like 2 moves, but like if I wanted to like run and like toss it ahead of me and then like jump through the shadow cutter to stab him.
So I think the easiest way to handle that is your action shadow cutter, but then as soon as but then you can sneak attack him as soon as he does
Okay.
something to someone else, right?
Okay. Yes.
So
I can
you-
do that.
Get the whole place. By the way, side note, TC, shadow cutter, one of the coolest abilities in the game. So many good shenanigans.
For
Taking a bow.
sure.
Thank you.
I begged for many weeks to get shadow cutter.
Yeah. You shadow cutter out, put a big hole in his force field. He grimaces like, it's kind of cheating, isn't it?
Coming in.
Yes.
Go.
And then you're coming in, ready to go. Who's next?
Oh,
you
boy, as soon as Lena throws the shadow cutter, Zake's locked and ready to just jump right after that, literally jumping
go.
ahead, sword and point towards the collar with the
Oh,
gems.
I think Lena like throws it and like ducks down a little bit, and she's already
Yes.
short, and Zake just like flies over her.
So it's gonna be a wild attack again towards the
as you do.
counterspell gems. I'm at 0 HP, by the way.
Delightful. Are you wraithed or you just at 0?
No, I'm not wraithing near the Baron. That's suicide.
Reasonable.
13. Double damage,
That's a-
but no counterattack. So just double damage. 6 damage.
So how much damage is that? 6 damage? Okay, you tear off most of the collar. You tear off most of the collar as you cut along it, leaving just one side. Also, like, that's got to his cape, so his cape's now, like, dangling, halfway torn on the floor. He looks like a fucking clown.
Ha! Success. Fashion humiliation. The
Clean
best.
yourself up. You're embarrassing.
Zake's
Embarrassing
cruelest
yourself.
ability. Fashion malfunction.
All right, remaining is Felix Ferris. Felix Ferris Fallen Row.
I mean, Faris sees that striking the tether hurts Ro, then sees Ro goes down, then sees one of the lights in the sword dim. Oh no, go red, and just kind of
It's only for a moment.
like panics and looks at Falwyn and then glances to Ro, but just goes, I'm sorry, and goes to strike at the tether again.
All right, you strike the tether and the sword shatters.
What?
You strike the tether and the sword shatters. The handle and the blade both shooting out into at least 6 pieces each.
These souls had to be in unison, otherwise it would shatter.
Oh my god, I forgot. I didn't think that was what I was doing.
It's okay.
Are any of the
Can I-
gems still glowing on the sword? Like,
The gems have each fallen off onto the ground, and they each different colors, and they just they dim and go clear.
Felix
up the
casts
gems?
Helen's Fantastic Feast. I'm kidding. I don't do that.
Can I pick up the gems?
Yeah,
Immediately.
absolutely. Can you give me a window into how Ferris is feeling in this exact moment in time?
Nope.
What fucking question is this now?
All right, who's next?
Nope. She panicked.
Felix is going to cast Insight on the Lich, and
What's that do?
I gaze into the mind of a nearby creature, discovering a prominent intention. Choose one effect each time you cast a spell, and I'm going to choose you learn something the creature intends to accomplish over a long period of time.
Sure. Well, sadly, like, this is a bit shit, but sadly, with the Baron, world domination is literally it. Which is kind of funny. All right.
Well, that's my one thing per turn. So.
All right. Fallen.
Yeah, okay. Doctor's just gonna run over to Ro, place a hand on them and heal them. And then just look over at Ferris and go, "We don't have another spark to give, but maybe we can make this work."
She nods at him. She's gathering up the pieces of the sword.
Yeah.
Are we still invisible, or did that wear off?
Ro
Because I know
would
the
still-
Baron could see us at
Oh
least.
yeah, Ro
so.
didn't do an attack.
Yeah, Ferris is not invisible, but Ro would be
I think.
if they didn't
I
attack.
think. Ro almost attacked, but Ro did drop the gun, which in my head then gun becomes visible. So I think you probably were able to find Ro.
Just run over and like, oh, there, okay.
Yep.
But yeah, still invisible, Ro.
Okay,
Yeah.
just wasn't sure.
The Baron. Says, "Oh, was there somebody important in there?" Oops. You gonna give up yet? I can't die. And soon all of you will. You see the fog begin roiling about his feet. But first, before he takes his turn, Ro gets to go.
I think at this point, Ro has seen the sword shatter, and like Batinga and Everett are still hanging up above. And their eyes are always very green, and now their eyes are sort of starting to like flare with green and fill up with lights. And I think they're gonna look from the sword to the Baron, and invisible, you just hear their voice go, "I told you before, Baron Butthead, this is not your city anymore. It's our home now, and you're not welcome anymore." And this green light starts to emit where Ro is. I think maybe this might be enough to shred the invisibility impact.
Yeah, I think the invisibility just folds.
So Ro just sort of keeps blazing, getting brighter and brighter into like this verdant star, standing next to Ferris and like still in front of Fallon. So it's hard to really look at them.
As you're doing this, the Baron goes like, "What? It's absolutely not!" And he tries to counterspell it, and it just bounces off. What kind of magic is this? Sam, are you using an ability?
I sure am. Ro is going to turn back to look at their friends, at their pack, and just add, "You've all given up so much to try and save me, so now it's my turn to try and save you." And I'm gonna cast World Wish. And Ro kneels down and takes like this, the growing light has expanded now, so they're growing, and they just dig their hands into like the stone earth, and that glow starts to grow and like spread. until it's covering all of Valerith. You can't see anything as it gets brighter and brighter, but you begin to hear the sort of creaking and splintering sounds that starts echoing through the air. And the ground trembles and it starts to feel a little bit different underneath your feet. There's a scent of grass and flowers and life, even here in the realm of Shattered Light. And the verdant light will fade after a few moments.
As you're saying that, as light fades, above you now is blue sky with clouds. The chamber around you has shifted to ancient woodwork, grown out of what could possibly be trees older than time. As the light fades, Ferris, you're holding the sword once again. All the clanking of the robots approaching is ended. But where the light came from, the road doesn't stand anymore. They're gone.
Seeing this, Varys is going to try and reach out to sense Rose's 2 sparks of life and try to cast Sacrifice.
You can feel a remaining vestige of where Ro was, of what was once Ro. Brilliant, glimmering. You invoke Sacrifice, and every piece you can hold together. But it slips away.
She falls to her knees.
Whew. Sam! That's mean. The Baron is standing there. The spells he was weaving were utterly wiped away. He's looking at the same spot Ferris is because he could see the sparks remaining. And Lena and Zeke, you're right there next to him, and you see fear. He looks up at the blue sky dotted with clouds high above. You were under Crown Tower. What happened to it? This is still my city. And he rides his hand together, and his hand, and you feel the same magic, that planar magic, as he tries to warp Valerith back to the realm of Shattered Light. But the city doesn't respond to him anymore. Protagonists, what would you like to do?
I would like to stab him, please.
Stab him. Give me a roll.
Wild attack. Oh my god. It's a 20. So it's 8. How much damage does a dagger do?
Quadruple.
Dagger's 2.
8.
Quadruple, so
eight.
it's 8. Do you want to shred his collar so you can people can counterspell him now? Or do you want to just hurt him?
I guess the collar, because that'll make it easier for the magic users to do shit.
His cloak shreds. You rend his cloak, and his clothes just fall apart, and he's just standing there, a bare skeleton, winding together magic, looking afraid.
A bear? I thought he was a human skeleton.
No, Megan! You're not allowed! No!
All right, Zake, you're also right there.
Yes. Zeke will briefly look at the spot where the Vernon light sprouted from, where Ro was standing, and just stays quiet for a moment. Snaps back his neck towards the Baron. Grips the sword in the other direction as he was holding it before. And just goes, Plan D, motherfucker. And just like tries to stab him right in the sternum with a wild attack.
Gimme.
$19! 19!
All right, so that's the triumph option. So yours is 3, so that's quadruple damage for 12.
12!
The Baron finally has taken damage. I have to write his name on my HP tracker pad. Taken 12. You shatter a rib. You shatter a collarbone. Coming down. He winces. You're not out of this yet. You all can die. You all can return to the ash of the earth. Fallen?
Yeah. Fallen just reaches forward down, grabs in their hand. Bit of dirt there is there. Flips between their hand shaking, just looks toward, just like, this. Who did this? Who did this? And I'm gonna use 6 AP to cast telekinesis from above the Baron, as just what appears to be a wolf's maw comes down upon him.
As you're invoking your spell, he flicks a finger and attempts to cast his own spell. No, you caused this. You made me do this. You gonna let that happen? You gonna let him talk to you like that?
No, who did? Can I know his now?
Oh, absolutely. I was honestly expecting Zake to do it.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure about the knowing the nose rules, because we kind of discussed it before.
Yeah. But then I settled it. It's fine.
Oh, in
Then
that
I will let
case.
Zake do it. I was waiting
Exactly.
for Zake, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, as he says that, shut up. You're done. Over. And just, I'll imagine his magic fizzling into oblivion and let the
Roll me-
doctor's spell.
Roll me the die.
Absolutely. Oh, please. Where's no? There it is. That's not good. That is 6. The spell misses and hits another nearby creature target.
So
But it's a no.
A counter spell. So yeah, in my imagination, he flicks a finger out. You just reach out and you just snap the thing over. Just
Yeah. I like that.
and following spell crashes down on him. How much damage does that telekinesis do?
12, and it tries to push him 30 meters down, but he's on something.
He takes 12 damage and ends up on the ground. A lot of broken bones. He's taken 24 damage. He, at one point, was a human skeleton. He's not doing great. Magic is trying to arc out to hold his bones together. You can see his arm bones like flopping and then reorienting themselves, fractured and coming apart.
Faris, while all this is going on, has just like remained on her knees staring at the spot where Ro was. And I think at the sound of this like rubble crashing down at him, it like snaps her back into the moment, and she realizes that the sword is complete in her hands again.
Yes.
She just stands up, wipes her face, points the sword behind her, and tries to release the souls in it.
It glows for a moment. Neural. They have their scythe in their curved saber. Mad Lamar brandishing his wand, short and portly, ready to go. And finally, Alika, 2 swords in hand, ready to fight.
Eviscerate him. And then she turns around and casts a fully charged Last Light at the Baron.
Yep. Give me, that's how much damage? 12?
12.
Okay. As you're blasting into him, Felix, you got to move here?
How is this lich looking?
Not great. As you're considering it, this short, portly man waves his wand and shoots an arcane blast. Alika is closing in, the real one this time, to strike with her blades, and Neural just literally teleports behind him to bring a scythe across his back. But, you act first.
Okay. I'm going to cast Message on the Lich
Sure.
and speak directly into the Lich's mind.
Yep.
And I'm going to say world domination. And I'm like deadly serious this time. I'm not the shtick has washed away. And I say, world domination, really? For this world? You're about to be killed by these people. Is this really the world you want to die in?
Are you doing the version where you can talk back?
Yeah. We can communicate with each other up to 1 minute, provided he wants to, and
Yeah.
ceases
Shoots
hostilities.
back, glances. Doom impending. Do you have a better idea?
You
have
could
an
leave.
alternative?
I can help you leave. You can leave these people alone and never return.
Take me away.
Okay.
What does Felix do?
I am going to probably should have thought one step ahead.
I mean, you can get to him. You're nearby.
Yeah. Okay. I think you have to allow me to do this because the teleport technically says me and any willing creatures nearby, but I kind of just want to teleport him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
So you reach your hand out, and there's a shimmer in the air as you shoot a bolt of energy to strike the Baron. At first, it looks like an attack, but we'll see how it results, because you do have to roll for a teleport still.
Sure. I whisper to Ferris and say, where do you want this asshole to die?
I want him to burn in a sun.
I can do that. It's a 14.
You all
Whatever
arrived
s- what-
safely. Good for you.
whatever
Safely!
whatever
like
star
you-
we can see in the
you
sky.
safely.
The local sun, I imagine, will do.
Okay.
As he just disappears, and for a brief moment, there's a little visage into this glowing white that he gets sent, and you feel this wave of heat strike you, even from this tiny portal you can see, as you just see this skull blackening and melting. And the Baron exclaims as he's leaving, "That's bullshit!"
And Felix
No more-
points into the sky and looks at Ferris and says, "He's there now," pointing at the star.
Stares up. There's like tears streaked down her face. She just stares up at it.
There are no more combatants. Combat is over.
Felix also has a tear running down his face, and the personality has washed away and seems earnest at this point, and says, clearly referring to what had happened with Ro, that I have never seen before, and clearly seems taken aback by what he has just witnessed, as someone who clearly to all of you has traveled far beyond where you have known. And Nat, if it's okay with you, I would like to bestow something from myself on the party.
Good.
I take a cameo brooch off of my cloak, and I hand it to Ferris and say, I hope this serves you well. And you receive the legendary item Guile from me.
Does that?
And I wish everyone here well. Snap my fingers and gate to where I came from.
And a little shockwave. Lena, you feel the little card that was given to you rattle in your pocket.
Take it out and look at it.
Just to remind you it's there. Alika addresses the party at this point. She seems excited. You won. And then she picks up really quickly that something's wrong, and she scans the room. She says, "Where's Ro?" Where the fuck is Ro?
Arvis can't look at her. She's just staring down at the ground where Ro was.
I think Lena just like throws her arms around Zeke. And is just starts crying.
Zake's just like tears forming in his eyes, just like trying to strengthen himself in this time that everyone else seems down, as much of a emotional pillar as they can be. But in Lena's arms, the tears just start streaming down their face, and he just whispers in a low voice, just so Lena only Lena hears. They won't be there when we get married. I wanted them to be there. And just sobs in Lena's arms.
Alika, stricken but not crying, goes over to Ferris, who's still on her knees on the ground. and moves in with her. Swords away, hand on the back. I'm sorry.
Really could be able to feel that Faris is shaking. She begins crying again. She goes.
She just.
And Faris goes. I failed you. I failed all of you, and that's the only reason they did this. I'm sorry.
She pulls Ferris close and as tight as she can. Squeezes as tight as she can. Rose saved us all.
Faris holds her back very tightly, but continues. She can't say anything. She's just a mess in Alika's arms.
Falwyn, you see Neural. Grayed out Solari tattoos and scythe. Their scythe disappears. They sheath their sword. Shake their head. Pull out a smoke and go to light it and then just drop it on the ground. And they just turn to leave.
On their knees. I lost another one. Aching.
You saw what happened with the gems. The third one, Neural's one. Mad Lamar taps his wand in his hand and goes, does anyone want to get some air? He looks up. Just holds his hands out and gestures for everyone to come in. He walks over by Ferris and Lika. It's the other three to gather. And invokes a little magic. And you all fly up into the air. Pulling you up. And as you breach into the open air to see what has happened to Valerith above, you're immediately struck by two factors. First, the city has become wooden, grown from great trees. You can see where Starfall Spire stood, a particularly tall one reaching to the sky, reaching to the stars on the edge of the city. The second thing, you see stunned people looking about as the citizenry that the Baron had captured been returned to its streets. Madamar just lets you down next to the hole, the well, the oasis. that now replaces Crown Tower. He says, I didn't know them that well. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. That's
I'm gonna go try to
appreciated.
find my students. Thank you, all of you,
Thank you.
especially them. And he walks off with a purpose. As you're there on the edge, people about, a notice starts to move through the crowd. People start to see who you are, where you came from. There's this dreaded moment where you realize that people are going to approach, try to talk to you right now. That's where we're going to end our session. But one little cutaway moment. Across the city, in the tree, Starfall Spire still. In the plant pot, next to Poppy, a red flower is blooming. That was our session.
Damn.
Sam, I really, really want to give you a gift for that, and it's.
Oh, thank you. I love it. It's just what I wanted, Robert. Thank you. Oh goodness.
So yeah.
I am actually fucking crying, Sam. How fucking dare you?
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
that
know.
wedding comment broke me.
Oh
God, that was so mean. That was so mean.
I had to enact my revenge upon Sam.
I deserved it. I deserved it.
That
And
And then
hurt
I
me
got caught
more
in the
than the.
crossfire. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
you did. Sorry, Megan. Not sorry, Sam, but sorry, Megan.
Not to make this about me, but
Thank you for joining us.
after honestly, after seeing that situation and that spell be used in the way that it was, knowing that you all have been doing this for 4 seasons, really validates the 4 years of my life that I've spent making this game, and I am very grateful to you all for playing it and playing it so well, and that was very special to be a part of. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
For
You got
sure.
to see us all cry on stream.
And for
Sorry,
creating-
Sorry, I killed your
catchphrase.
boss.
No,
It was brilliant.
no, it was wonderful.
No, that was so good.
No, as
Every
the
guest kills our
you were
boss. That's how it works.
As the that has been true so far. As the guest, you were the perfect person to finish off, and in
Yeah.
such a great way.
It was
That was
so good.
good.
Oh,
Like-
especially when Faris just goes the sun, which is
Yeah.
Because
Mwah.
of fucking
as-
course.
As soon as you asked Ferris, I knew exactly where he was going.
yeah, yeah.
Yup.
Baron died on the way back to his home planet.
Are we supposed to do outros out after this? I don't know if
I
this
don't
is
even
possible.
know.
All right,
Oh,
all right.
gosh.
Let me get puttering. All right, so today has been special. We're joined by a lovely guest who wrote this game. Guess what? We are Quest affiliates. So if you'd like to buy anything at his store, Adventure Game Store, you can use the code NOINITIATIVE, all caps, no spaces, to get 10% off anything in your order. They also do this really cool thing where if you buy the PDF, the entire cost of the PDF gets discounted from the purchase of the book. I did that. Got the PDF, read it, loved it, bought the book. I love that. Wish more people would do that. I'm Nat. You can follow me at CrimeNat on Instagram. If you thought this session was pretty good, We did this. I was a part of it. I feel special. Also, if you want to catch more of me on this coming Friday, I'm playing in a Spire actual play with Izza called Downfall. We're coming off hiatus. We're gonna have a good time. I play a poet who's forgotten his own name. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna pass it over to God. There's 7 people on our overlay. What is this? I'm gonna pass it over to Robert.
Hello. My name is Robert. I played your lovely plague doctor today. Fuck! You can find me personally on the internet at Voices of Robert, everywhere that you can find people on the internet. I have been doing Pokemon streams on Twitch every Tuesday. I've been really sick lately, so I kind of haven't been doing them. So I pretty much, it's now just gonna be if I tweet about it, I'll be playing at some point. I'm not gonna hold to one day because I have apparently gotten really ill every time. Other than that, there's this crazy thing. No Initiative, us as a group, we now have, for the case that you want to support the cast, to support No Initiative, we now have a Patreon. And you can go to it.
Fresh, brand new.
Yeah, it's fresh and brand new.
Shining, got that new Patreon smell.
No,
Yeah.
It is mostly to help support us. We're not putting out any special. We're not putting out a lot of special behind the scenes stuff. Anything we can do, we will. But this is if you want to support what we're doing, and we'd appreciate it highly.
Yeah. So you can go to patreon.com/noinitiative. One word. You can't do 2 words in addresses on the internet, people. Stop trying. So patreon.com/noinitiative. You can check out what it is. We've got the simple stuff. It's not a big deal. But hey, if you wanna support us, we are very happy to accept it, and we love you all for it. And honestly, we love everyone that's here with us every week for this wild ride. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's me. So Megan, please.
Thanks. I think I've gotten my voice to a not gravelly cry tone. So here we go. Hello, I'm Megan, and I have been Lena, your spy. You can find me most places you find a person on the internet at MeganLynnFTW. Sorry, I'm vamping for time as I try to copy a link really quick. You can find me here with these wonderful people every Monday. You can find me the last Tuesday of every month on my for my show Unprepared, where I facilitate GM-less and prep-less games for my friends. You can find me along with the wonderful Sam and Izza on the Protean City Comics podcast with their new comic line, The Incidentals. The first 2 episodes are out now, and it's really, really fun. I love those kids so much. Currently, we are expanding our No Initiative-ness, and we're currently casting for a new podcast that I'm going to be showrunning called Fear's Reach. I'm going to put the link to the casting application in the chat. The application's open for 2 more weeks. It's going to be a horror anthology podcast in the style of Are You Afraid of the Dark, where cast of people get together and tell scary stories to each other via playing different TTRPGs. And I'm super excited about it. So you can check that out and apply if that sounds like something you're into. And last for me is we want to also announce that we will be coming back for Quest the Soaring City Season 5, which will be the last season of Quest the Soaring City. We're hopefully gonna wrap it up for these folks nicely is the plan. I think we've decided.
Sorry.
But we'll see what happens.
Except
welcome.
for Ro.
Yep, meet my new character.
That's Sam's fault. So we have 2 more weeks of this season, and then we will be taking 1 week off and coming back the 28th for the start of season 5. And yeah. Oh, also I write games. You can find them at ftw.itch.io. I always forget that. You can check them out if you want. They're pretty cool, I guess. And I'm going to hand it over to my illustrious, amazing, wonderful, absolutely fantastic British twin.
How dare you? Hey.
Okay, I'll take it from here.
Hey, I'm Izza. If you want to find more of what I do, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Evil Clever Dog. I also have a YouTube channel, which is also called Evil Clever Dog, where I make cool things and then make videos about making cool things. I have a video coming out in like a couple weeks, and I just made one where I made the Raven Clan shield from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so you can go check that out. I'm also in Downfall with Nat on Fridays. I play a graffiti artist. Yep. My brain is not working anymore.
She's way cooler than that, trust me.
Yeah, she's cool. She has magic paint. It has biohazard stickers all over it. I'm sure it's fine. And I'm also part of the Asians Represent podcast. Our show, Critical Read Al-Qadim, that I'm on, is taking another break in June because the entire podcast is taking a month off to set up various things. But we will be back in July. And in the meantime, you can watch our backlog of content. So yeah, Nunu is next.
Yeah, it's always me after you, Izza. It's bound to happen. I don't know anymore. I don't understand that.
We can never change the layout because we'd all just get too confused.
Does that mean I have to stay the guide? Because I don't hate that.
Fair enough. Yeah, everyone. I'm Nunu. I played Zake, the Charmblade, today and every Monday here in the Soaring City. And yeah, if you like what I do, what I did, I don't know, you can find me online wherever you find people online at jnunutex. And this is the only project I have going on. I don't know. This episode was too much. I'm wrecked. Thank you everyone for staying here. Thank you everyone for sharing this emotional story with us, especially this episode. All people that follow us every week, thank you for staying here and being here every week. People that just joined today, thank you for sharing this important moment with us. And if you want to catch up, we have a complete list of VODs on YouTube you can check with the previous 4 seasons, so this one plus 3. And we also release a podcast on a weekly basis starting from season 1. So if that's your preferred method of consuming our content, then please, you can find us. Just follow us on Twitter at NoInitiativeTV. All our links for podcasts and YouTube will be there. And once you're caught up, because now you'll be able to catch up because season 5 will be our last The Soaring City season. At us on Twitter, talk to us. We love talking about our characters, of course, because we love them. Thank you very much once more. And thank you, TC, for joining us. And please, now, say something. Whatever you want to say it now. Direct people to adventure.game. Do it. It's your time to shine. Go.
I have nothing to say other than please support all of these wonderful people. This has been so much fun to participate in and watch. Support their Patreon, follow them on Twitter, subscribe on Twitch, whatever you have to do to keep them playing Quest, although I will not be offended if they switch to other systems after season 5. We'll see. But anyway, thank you all very much for having me, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You.
Sam, go ahead.
That's me. Well, thanks again, TC, for joining us and making this game that let us tell these ridiculous stories together, because seriously, like, the system has been something that has helped a lot of this to happen, just the way it's made and designed. So thank you for giving us this great storytelling device. But hey everyone, I am Sam. I played Rose Starfall, the Naturalist, today. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I am the Samwise Game G here on Twitch. I'm also the Accessibility Director here at the Chromatic Chimera. You can find me back here on Wednesday playing in our 13th age game, Woven Realm. Also tomorrow is
Woven
June
Realms.
1st. Roven Whelms. Tomorrow is June 1st, which is the start of Pride Month. Chromatic Chimera is partnering with Critical Misses. It's the C's. It's like too much. So Chromatic Chimera and Critical Misses are teaming up together to do a month-long fundraiser for the Transgender Law Center. All through June, 100% of proceeds from subs and bits are going to be donated to the Trans Law Center. We're also going to have a Tiltify up, so come and check out our other games, help support us that way. And we're going to have a few extra events happening between the two different channels with some crossover and stuff. So check it out. It's going to be a really good time. And I think that's it. Speaking of Critical Misses, we're gonna be giving them a raid on our way out. So, make sure you put some uwoos in the chat for them.
Soaring City. One more season. And to be clear, we have 2 more episodes of this season. They get to wind down for a little bit. We might have a wedding. We might.
Ooh.
I don't know at this point, man.
I said we might. That's why I said we might.
Oh my god, could you imagine trying to squeeze the wedding into the Baron fight? That would have been too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Too many emotions.
I hope I ever make something so wonderful again. Sam, take us away.
Yes, thank you all so much. And thank you again to everyone who came to raid us. We hope to see you again soon. And we love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, emotional
And
support
raid.
chat.